Good morning, horse players. Welcome to the road to the NHC. Let's get to work and take another step closer to Las Vegas, Nevada. We're breaking down the races 1 through 4 at Gulfstream Park and 2 and 3 at Aqueduct. Both tracks are fast. What to watch for? It's not just about picking winners. It's about finding the best value, the horses that give you the biggest bang for your buck. Of course, my partner, as usual, 2022 NHC champ David Harrison. David, it's a beautiful day here in Florida. I know you're in Florida right now, so you got to be loving this.
Oh man, the weather since I guess Sunday, Monday has been fantastic.
Sure
after a few cool days, and we look like it's going good heading into the weekend. Perfect time of year to be down here and escape the brutal cold and snow of Western New York. So, and I will be planning to after going to the Pegasus last week, I plan to be in attendance at the Holy Bull. So anybody at the track tomorrow want to stop by and say hello, you see me walking around, feel free. I always love talking to horse players.
Of course, we're covering the feeder races that start in 41 minutes. So we've got, we don't have a lot of time to cover 6 races, but for $18, you can get in and go to horseplayers.com. Make sure you're a tour member, ntra.com, and it's only $50 to join for the year. And we're going to cover those races. And if you get by the top 20%, I think it is, David, right? 15 to 20%.
Top 20%, yeah.
20%.
Yeah, for the feeders, exactly.
For the feeders. If you do that, then you get into the $75 qualifier with for free, of course. And so last week I got second in the feeder. That was nice. I didn't do any good though whatsoever in the qualifier, but that's okay. I didn't spend a lot of money to do it.
That's the key. You can get in for, if you have a budget. And listen, we're probably most of us horse players, we're all on a budget with our disposable income, right? What do we proportion for our gambling, efforts during the week? And if you're on a limited budget, you can still try to qualify and make the NHC. $18 will save you or $75 today. But if you just played feeders every day for the entire year, I'm certain. I can attest to it. You'll be in multiple. You'll get multiple qualifier wins. So you'll get into that qualifier. So it'll save you. If you have $18 a week to spend, you can still go to Vegas. Okay. So you can do it affordable. There's, I think, 4 or 5 free contests coming up, when you join as a member next year. So it pays to play. There's too much money at stake in Vegas to not give it a shot. And I think, and even Justin on the show last night mentioned, he says, Scotty, I think 20 play is the way to go. If you really want to have a life-changing score, I can attest to it. The NHC is the best way to get there, right? I never thought I've never dreamt I can get a score that big playing horses. And so I focused on it, and so it's out there for you guys. So give it a shot.
I think the mythical tournaments are the best way to go because they're cheaper. Like, you can manage your bankroll. You put your money in, so your fee to get in, and done. That's it. You don't have to put any more money up, and you're playing. And if you're competitive, you get to be competitive, and it comes down to strategy, but it really comes down to good handicapping. And anyways, we show you. We cover the races. We cover the qualifiers. We cover, of course, the feeders first. And we show you what you should be looking for and how you should approach it. So we've already had at least 6 or 7 people since we started this show. Well, when did we start this? Like March, April last year?
I think our first show, Scotty, was April of last year, April 2024. Yeah, it's been going well.
And it's really neat. And we've got a bunch of people that are going to be joining us of the EE Nation. We've got an amazing community. If you want to join, it's free to do so. Go to EquinEdge.com. And you get 3 free races per day. So you might want to check that out and see what all the buzz is about. And of course, join a great community. We have coaching classes, 3 or 4 a week. You can go to EquinEdge.com. They're free to join. Go as many as you want. It's a lot of fun. We had fun in my class yesterday. I do Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And we had a great group of people. We were just having a ball and laughing it up. And then, of course, there's some new people learning how to use EquinEdge. So it's really great. But anyways, stick around if you want to see what it's like to handicap for the feeders and qualifiers. And we're going to start here in race number 1 at Gulfstream Park. So let me pull this up for everyone to see. This is, of course, what we call our race view. And this is our race simulator. It kind of gives you, it's like see the race before it happens. and it's an indicator of how the race might play out. You can use it for a number of different ways. I use it, of course, for pace. You can use it to see who the system has to win. That wins 35.5% of the time.
Yeah, if you're looking at this first race, I mean, we've got a maiden 17.5 claimer going a mile and 70 in the Tapeta, and I'll be the first to admit this is certainly not my specialty type of race. And Scotty, I mean, who's got the lead here with the pace factor is the one, right? But the two, I mean, what do we do with the two in this spot?
Two is scratched.
Okay, that makes my life a lot easier. I didn't pick up the late scratches. I was running a little late. So 2, 6, and 8 are out.
2, 6, and 8 are out. By the way, good morning, John. Good morning, Wiz and Patrick and Kent and Joe. And what's up, Oldie? And
hello, everybody.
We had a really fun show yesterday in the Weekend Stakes preview show. It was really great. Me and Justin, and then Oldie jumped in, and Chris was there. But you were in the chat. I mean, it was just really a lot of fun. I don't know what's going on out here, but the birds are there's a bunch of birds literally attacking. I don't know what they're doing, like attacking the tree. Maybe there's something in the tree, but yeah, they're going crazy in there. Wow.
As long as they're not in the house.
They're literally like 15 feet away from me, but they're going pretty crazy right now. But yeah, it looks like, what was that movie with
Alfred Hitchcock?
Yeah,
the bird.
The bird. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Be careful. Yeah. I've got that, but they break glass, so I'm not sure if I'm safe or not, David.
Maybe it's an omen. You got any bird horses running today?
Wasn't that
flock of birds? Flock of seagulls?
That was a scary movie as well, wasn't it?
What's that?
The Omen.
Oh, The Omen. The Omen. I was going to say Flock of Seagulls is a band.
That's a band.
Yeah, The Omen was terrible.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, my wife's into these horror shows, but horror movies, but yeah, not so much myself. No, I'm more into comedies. But all right.
So look at the one horse last run is the EquinEdge long shot, and let's take a look at this thing. This thing is the top pace, top win, top SOR, which is our class number. So it's been facing the toughest horses, and then it's the EE long shot on top of it. Those horses will win 26% of the time, and the ROI is a positive 6%. So last run might be a horse you might want to take a strong look at. And especially from the inside and having that tactical speed, it couldn't take the lead or can rate a little bit. But my guess is Reyes is sending. This is how tough this race is. This horse is 0 for 24 though.
0 for 24. Now this is you're looking at a maiden 17.5 at the low, almost the bottom level. I think they go to 12.5 at Gulfstream, and you're going to have a lot of horses here that have. You're going to have horses with a lot of starts. 0 for 15, 0 for 15, 0 for 18. You got Irish Wish is still in this race. What do you do with him? He was the other horse. I'm like, what do you do with this horse? This horse was trained by Butchie Reed on the park circuit. Didn't lift a hoof. Did show some speed stretching out to 1 mile and 70 on the dirt at Parks. Then it's interesting, change of ownership. Obviously, Gary Barber purchased this horse, gave it to Mark Casse, and say, here's a horse that can't run. Put it on a synthetic. Maybe we can change our luck. The horse never lifted a hoof. I mean, but dropping down, well, not even dropping down at this level. I mean, I don't think you can use this horse. This horse looks like it can't run. So to me, that's a toss, even though it was tempting for me. And is Ragman, Scotty, going to go with the one to set it up for either 4 or the 7? So even though it's a small field, I thought this was a head scratcher. But I think when push comes to shove, I'm going to land on Titan here, the top Scotty pick. Going back, if this horse can go back to those Tapeta races back in October and August at Gulfstream, and has a couple of races earlier in July, a second and a third, and should be there in contention, and that's all I want. I think I'm going to go with the 7. I don't know where else to go, so I don't want the speeds. So give me a 7 from slightly off the pace.
What's up, Kenneth? How are you? Leonard, how are you doing?
Hey, Leonard.
Pass or fail, what's
Patrick.
up?
Hello, everybody.
All right, so David, you're going to be on the 7 horse. I'm going to be on the 1.
Okay, so I'm going to lock you in, Scotty, on the 1 last run. Then I'm on Titan.
All right, let me put this in so we make it easy. So I know we're going to be, we didn't talk about the 4 horse much. the first time starter.
Yep.
You know what threw me off a little bit was it's 12-1 on the EE morning line. You know, I don't know. So I really couldn't get down with that horse, but it is the EquinEdge second pick, and it is at 5-1, and the race simulator has the horse right there too. So you know, maybe that one's a possibility, but this is a wide open race, and the 3 is getting some serious action right now. It'll be interesting to see if this horse drifts up, but 2-1 right now seems like real money. Of course, you've got Mark Cassie and Jaramillo. The jockey trainer combination on that, David, is 12%, so it's not exactly high.
Right, that's the thing. Irish Wish. It wouldn't shock me if this horse just woke up and won this race, stretching out. But it looks more likely that this horse can't run.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to race number 2. We've got races 1, 2, 3, and 4 we have to cover, and then Aqueduct 2 and 3
at the Big A.
Okay, well, I can tell you down in the Bayou, I put a note on this horse 2 back, and it's like super bad trip, 10 wide at the break. I mean, 10 wide, bad break from the rail. Watch at this level. It actually comes back. That was a 50 group. Today's a 44, and it happens to be the top win percentage, top pick. The GSR is going up. Like everything for me makes a lot of sense here. So I'm gonna. Even though the 3 is going to probably be in last early by about 3 or 4 lengths, I'm going to take the 3 horse down in the Bayou.
Okay. I am going in a different direction here, Scotty. I am going with the speed of the speed. And holy coffee, give me a lot of caffeine this morning. This horse has got blinkers on. This horse has got enough speed. And plus, he puts blinkers on. Juiced on the caffeine today. And give me the holy. And again, this is 5 furlongs. So many times I've been burnt in the past, like thinking that there's going to be a closer, contentious pace. Not happening. Just has to avoid a speed duel with the 5 with Pac overboard. But maybe with the outside post, maybe just stalk it slightly, take the lead. And so I'm looking for a wire job here with the 6 Holy Coffee.
I'm gonna ruin this for you, and I'll tell you why. First of all, the 2 and the 6 faced each other going 5.5 last time out, and the 6 broke fine, and wasn't changing leads, by the way. And the 2 horse was just much faster. And I know that they're adding blinkers to the 6, but I mean, even at the stretch, the 2 horse was in the lead by 1/2 length, and the 6 horse it was 4 lengths back. This horse does not run when it doesn't clear, and even when it does clear, it stops. I absolutely do not like this horse today. I looked at it very closely. I watched the video. If there's going to be a horse that's winning on the lead, I think it's going to be the 2 Jurassic Chick. Obviously, if the 2 doesn't break well, the 6 gets a clear lead, then the 6 can win. But the 7 horse is a runner, by the way. In here, I broke its maiden 2 back fairly easily, and then it faced tougher horses last time out, and now it drops in class, and the win percentage goes up. Here's a horse that is pretty fresh, seems to be in good form right now. Got the race with winners out of the way, and now is dropping to this $8,000 non-winners to 2 lifetime level. Vanishing Wish is definitely a player. I'm struggling. If I'm doing 2 entries, I'm using the 3 on one and the 7 on the other. Because the 7's going to get a good trip. 7's going to get a really nice trip from. It's never going to have to check. It's going to literally be sitting on the outside with a nice smooth trip.
It's never going to. I agree with you on that premise, Scotty. It's never going to have to check because Holy Coffee is going to wire these by 5. So no one's even going to be in contention. So I'm confident, and we're on the totally different pages, but that's okay. I think with the blinkers on, this horse is just going to gun out and say goodnight to this field early.
All right. David's on the 6. I'm on the 3-7. I'm wavering a little bit on those 2 horses. So, but. I'm gonna put I'm actually literally following this 3 horse, but I don't like that the 3 is going to be probably 3-4 lengths back early. I'm gonna go with the 7 horse on top. I'm only playing 1 entry, so I'm on the feeder. I'm gonna go 7-3. Okay. 7-3.
So, Scotty, I am locking you in on the 7, and I am locking myself in on the speed of the speed. despite the objection of Scotty McKeever. Number 6, Holy Coffee.
All right. So, I mean, this field was devastated with
Yeah.
2 horses being scratched. I think the 2-horse Air Combat, who's going to be maybe even 1 to 5, is going to be really tough to beat. Totofino is not a bad horse,
Not
though. That horse
impossible.
is coming in from Delta Downs and didn't run a bad race. This horse has some past class as well, but and maybe it can step up here. It looks like it might have the lead. It got a pretty big scratch with the scratch of the 4-horse Payzone, who was very fast. So that definitely benefited the 1, no doubt about it.
Yeah, Scotty, unfortunately, with the 4 being scratched, the 4 would have been my best bet of the day at Gulfstream. So then I got to backtrack here. So I had him in the as my selection in the feeder here. But I agree with you. Air Combat, looking for 3 in a row. Just won over 6 at 6.5 over the track. Nice race. It's pretty fast, and now cuts back from 6.5 to 6. Who's riding better? I noticed you mentioned who's riding better than Jose Ortiz at Fairgrounds. I will give you an answer. Tyler Gaffleone at Gulfstream. Who's riding better than Tyler at this meet, right?
Nobody.
Besides Irad and Tyler. And I thought that, I gave a long look to the 1, Totofino. But the concern was all the layoff lines. I mean, if this horse can reproduce its win from October 22nd of 2023 at Gulfstream, may win this race. But then Delta Downs and a layoff, Fairgrounds, then back to Delta Downs after a long layoff and won. This horse can run. This horse has got a winning profile. 13 for 22. It wouldn't surprise me. Do I want to pull the trigger? Not with those layoff lines. And coming back to Gulfstream may not be the same horse as an 8-year-old. These horses get long in a tooth at a certain degree. And if it could relive its form from 23, could have a shot in here. But I'm going to go with Air Combat. It looks too logical to me. And I hate taking 1 to 5 or 3 to 5 in contests, but I don't see any other alternative here. So give me reluctantly the chalk here, 2 Air Combat.
So let me ask a question. Mark Cassie's on is taking over for this Blazing Buchero after a win over at Tampa Bay Downs, breaking his maiden, a 4-year-old gelding. The race simulator does not like this horse, and this is a big step up in class. What do you think of this horse?
Has a shot, Scotty, but just breaking its maiden for 25 at Tampa. 25 at Tampa to me is not going to be on the same level as winning beating winners at 35 that Air Combat did, and so I don't think that horse matches up. It would surprise me if the 5 could step up enough to beat this field. So not for me.
Yeah, I would agree with you, except that when I see Mark Cassie taking over, I mean, he can move up a horse. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see this horse move up big time. And it might be the horse worth playing. Maybe it just sits in 3rd place right behind the 1 and the 2 who are dueling. And maybe this is the horse we should be using with a step up to Mark Cassie. It's 2 to 1 on the EE Morning Line. That's 18%. I don't know. There's something up with the 1 and the 2. The 1's got some back class. It is 8 years old. It ran really good last time out. And that was going 5 furlongs where it really didn't have a chance to, it sat outside, but didn't really get a chance to breathe. It won easily. And prior to that had 3 layoff lines. I'm kind of stalling a little bit because I'm trying to figure out, which way to go here. And it's tough. You could take the strategy of going, I'm going to take a horse, for Mark Cassie and Dylan Davis. And just strategically, I think I'm going to go that way. There's no reason to go take a horse that's going to be 2 to 5 in the 2 horse. The 1 horse is probably going to be, low as well. Yeah, probably. But it looks like maybe this Mark Cassie horse could get bet. But I'm going to take a chance with the 5 horse. Why not?
Okay, so you're going with the 5. Blazing Buchero, who I do not. And I will tell you, if I was going to take a Cassie horse, I would have taken the Irish Irish Wish in the first race. I don't like that Cassie horse at all. The 5. So
I'm
we
only
will
looking
find out.
at this horse as maybe the
Value.
horse is going to move up. That's
Right.
all. Yeah.
Right. I hear you.
And and look
And
at if you look at the one horse, Sanchez, the trainer, and Raylu Gutierrez are 0 for 8. And then you look at the 2 horse, and they're gonna be 2 to 5. So why not?
yeah, and I agree with you. You know, I'm very reluctant, as you know, to pull the trigger on a 2 to 5 shot in a contest. But in this case, I just think off those last 2 races, this horse is versatile and won 8 races, and I think it's a very weak field. And the only competition to me is the 1. So why not give me the 2?
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
All right. Do we have any more scratches in the 4th decimating the cards
2 and 6.
today? It's and Aqueduct. The Big A's got it. Small fields. It's a little
Yeah, I saw
frustrating.
that.
But the good news is, folks, is that the qualifiers have much larger fields, so they'll be
Yeah.
a little more competitive and more fun to handicap. Well, Scotty, who do you like in
think?
here? Well,
Well-
I'll let you go.
Go ahead.
This race to me, in all honesty, maiden 35, 5 furlongs on Tapeta, and I'll be 100% honest, is totally uninspiring to me. It's 5, so speed, but I think you're going to have the 1 gunning with Irad. You're going to have Meet Me in the Air's got speed. The 5's not slow. I'm going to opt here. I'm going to land solidly on the 7, Game Changer Jolie. Off the layoff, had only start was 5.5 furlongs, not cuts back. And, it was an even race, but I've said this in the past, I'll give every horse 1 race to get its feet wet and, get accustomed to learning the game as first-time starters. This 3-year-old filly now off the layoff, gets Lasix, and I like the work pattern. She had a nice work January 12th, 3 furlongs and 36 and 2 breeze before that is decent. Then a little slower breeze on January 24th. I like that work pattern. Gaffleon takes them out. Hopefully gets off okay and maybe up against the pace here and the distance. But I'm gonna trust Tyler to stalk here and make a decision on when to make a move with this horse. Give me the 7, Game Changer Jolie.
Well, this race came up super tough, but this horse was 7 wide, the Game Changer Jolie in its first start. But certainly at 7 to 2 EE morning line could improve off of that start. The 3 horse. Go ahead.
And I'm sorry, and I forgot to add. I apologize. Drops from the maiden special into a 35 claimer. Big drop.
Yeah. But that's why I mentioned it's kind of weird. I don't know that I've seen a maiden $35,000 56 SOR. I don't know that I've ever seen that. So that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then Pretty Liza is coming in from Aqueduct, and Dan put a positive work on this horse. Breezed easily last time out. First time for D'Angelo, and he's likely to move this horse up here. And the GSR drops, where a lot of them drop on the synthetic. So
right.
Certainly that horse is a player. But Meet Me in the Air is a horse I'm strongly considering. I really like that effort last time out, going 5.5 furlongs. At 5 furlongs, this horse did well 3 back. It's also training very good. Let's see what Dan put on this horse. Finished with energy and looked professional and fit. So that horse did really well, breaking from the rail and only losing by a length. So I'm trying to figure out what happened to it. Bumped at the start.
2 bumps, yep.
Yep, and had some issues here in this race 2 back. And you can't, going 5 furlongs, you can't do that. So, and it's a short field. It's only 5 horses. The other one I'm considering is the 5 horse. Broke from the rail the last couple of races and also has a positive work. Looks sharp. And that horse broke, over at Churchill Downs going 5 furlongs against a strong field and got a 3rd place finish, then broke from the rail and was the big favorite. So where I'm getting a little thrown off by this horse is that it was the favorite in the last 2 races, big time. It wasn't the betting favorite, but it had big win percentages and didn't run. And so I'm wondering what that's all about.
Yeah. You got the long layoff, right? Went to the turf 5.5 furlongs. But I mean, on its best day, you pick up JR, get Lasix first time, is contender.
Do you know what I think it is? What I think is going on with this horse? It's all about getting the lead. I really think that this is just a horse that needs the lead. That's what I think. And it's, you know, Johnny's going to send hard. Is he going to get the lead? How hard is Saez going to send? That's what I think. And if the 5 clears, the 5 wins. It's the EquinEdge long shot. I imagine, and I think for those reasons, I'm going to take a chance and take this horse. It's training good, but it needs the lead. And
Right.
I don't think Saez is going to be. First of all, the 3 horse is not a great breaker, and I don't think Saez is really in a hurry necessarily to send. I'm going to take the 5, David. I'm going to assume that Velasquez is going to send.
Yeah, and Scotty, that horse is fast. The 5 is fast. And again, it's maybe a result of the course itself, but I just checked the fraction in that last race, the Mucci's Revenge last race over the turf at Ellis. That first quarter was 21-1. But I think that, as I recall, that was lack of rain, and that turf course was rock hard. So, yeah. But this horse is fast. You're right. It could outbreak the 1 or the 3 and be tough to catch. But I'm hoping for a little contentious pace and my 7 stalking with Tyler and rallying for the victory today.
Thank you.
5 for Scotty.
Thank you, Ken. Appreciate that. And you're absolutely right. The GSR and the synthetic, what happens is a lot of the sires, they just don't run on synthetic. So we didn't have a lot of great data. That's what it was. Right. And the new one, we found a way to fix that. The good news is we're going from it's not a win percentage algorithm, and I said this on the show last night, but this GSR that you're using right now wins. The top number wins 20.5% of the time. The new one wins 28% of the time. And I think a big part of that's because it's adjusted to synthetic. I think that's where we're getting a lot of the win percentage, because it's such a huge increase. Normally, and I've been doing software development now for 20 years, we're lucky when we're working on algorithms if we're able to increase something a quarter of a point, a half a point. Like it's like watching paint peel. We've been working on this now for a while, and the GSR is a very complicated metric because you have to go back generations. And then how much do you use the current horse and how it's doing? Right. And because you don't want that to influence too much. Okay, the horse ran good, so the GSR jumps way up. You know what I mean? So the new one is super, super good. We've got a really good team right now. So it's exciting. I'm going to guess the new GSR will be out in probably about a month and a half, maybe 2 months. Right. So, but what's up
for the
days in the house?
The NHC?
It might be. That's what we're trying for.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we're trying for. But it's super, super good. But yeah, you nailed it. On the synthetic, it's rough. That's why you'll see a lot of down arrows, because there's just not a lot of data, and so the GSR is dropping in all these horses.
And let me just adjust, Aldi. I did look at the 4 the first time starter for Safi, but in my opinion, Aldi, the win-win-wins, that going to need more distance than 5 furlong. So you got to convince me that a win-win-win is going to win first time out of 5. I'm not landing here. I watch a race and probably maybe going a little longer a distance. Yep.
The 4 here, our wins aren't luck, is the EquinEdge second picks for Safi Joseph. The horse is training good. I didn't really hear that the horse is really training all that great. And Zayas does jump aboard. I'm trying. Believe me, we're trying. It's because, don't forget, the GSR is not just the GSR here. You have the GSR on Handy View, and then you have the GSR Plus grid. So it's very complicated. How the numbers read matters. But we're trying. So okay, David, I'm going with the 5. I'm going to take a risk that Velasquez, Johnny, sends this horse hard and goes gate to wire.
Okay, and I'm on the 7, Game Changer Julie.
All right, David is on the 7. Okay, let me put that in. Okay. Now we got Aqueduct race number 2, David.
Okay, you've got a 7 furlong maiden special weight with only a field of 5, however, reduced to 4 with the scratch of the 5. So another uninspiring 4-horse field at the Big A, but for purposes of the contest, I can guarantee you one thing with this race. This race will never in 100 years be a mandatory in the NHC. I can
No,
guarantee you that. I'll
no.
take you 1-20 on that.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I'm not putting too much thought into this. I heard through the grapevine last summer in Saratoga that Linda Rice had a horse that she loved, and this is the horse Tipple. Started 5.5 furlongs. Now Linda Rice, keep in mind, does not win a lot first time out. With that being said, the horse is a constitution. She tried the horse on the turf, then stretched out to a mile and had a real good race at 8-1, just missed. And off the layoff, Linda's numbers with horses coming back off a layoff are better than her first time starter numbers. Like I said, I heard good things about this horse. That's all I need to know. Right back to break its maiden after just missing in last, cutting back to 7 furlongs. Looks like in a great spot here against a very soft field.
So you're going with who? The 4?
Tipple. Yep. The horse that'll be 4-5.
Okay. Oh, you think the horse will be 4-5?
Over shoplifting, he'll be 6-5. Yes.
Okay. So it's going to be one of those 2 horses.
Yeah, it's one of Linda Rice's here. Now, Cheryl's Delight, could Cheryl's Delight crack the exacta here? But I don't think there's no exacta wagering in a 4-horse field, right? So, yeah, Cheryl's Delight could hit the board, but to me, it's a 2-horse race between the Lindas, and to me, the 4 Tipples, the more well-regarded filly. So give me Tipple.
So Tipple's more well-regarded than the 3 shoplifting?
That's what I've heard, Scotty.
Yeah. All right. So is this good information we can count on?
Well, I don't want Matt getting involved, and so I don't want to get 2-5.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but I'm not playing the race, so have a field day, Matt. I'm not playing this race or the double. But if you do like something, I like calling an audible to beat the chalk in the race before. So you go check out my notes.
All right. Well, the fact that the 3-horse also has burned a lot of money, I think we'll go with the fresh face on the outside. All right.
With Tipple too. Okay.
Yeah. So, all right, we've got one more race to do. Man, we rocked here.
That's what happens when you give us 4 or 5-horse fields. We can probably do 30 a day.
That's true. What's up, Dave? Dave's in the house.
Dave, how you doing? Thanks for joining in.
Love this community is amazing. Don't forget, you guys. We don't have the QR code up here right now. That's right. I think Brad just gave it to us, but I think Oldie or Chris has to put this up here. But usually there's a QR code. But you can actually if you go to the pricing page, I think, or you go to EquinEdge.com, it's free to sign up, and you get 3 free races a day. So check that out. All right, we have race number 3 now. All right, David, talk us through it.
Okay, race number 3, my specialty, 1 1/8, 2 turns on the Big A racing strip today. And Scotty, I've mentioned this a million times. These races, the 1 1/8 are my favorites because half of these horses. The question is, who wants to go 1 1/8? Because half of these horses probably don't. So that's the first challenge. So I always look for somebody who has some form or a decent place finish at 1 1/8. Now, keep in mind that usually these 1.5 mile races, you're either one on the lead or close to the pace, unless you've got a sloppy track, which is with a lot of water on the surface, which is conducive to closers. So I kind of struggled here because it looked like Backstretch Rose is going to be the favorite, and then you have your entry. And I think those are the most likely winners here, but I'm not sure about Backstretch Rose going up the 2 turns, 1 1/8. So has won at the mile 16th.
David has the highest GSR.
I know. But unless you've done it before, to me, out of Army Mule, I prefer Army Mules at 1 mile. Okay, 1 turn. But has in its defense is 1 at 1 16th at Churchill. So obviously can get 2 turns. Is the other 1/8 of a mile going to make a difference? I'm not sure. I don't see anybody who's won at the 1 1/8. But with that being said, I decided to land on Soundbite. The audible for Michelle Niven, first time off the claim for 40, off a nice win going a mile. Manny Franco picks up the mount, which is a key. Sanchez to Franco, a real positive jockey switch here. Give me this sound bite, the number one entry. And is the 1A still in? I hate entries, so it's going to lower my price, but maybe Magic 8 Ball can save the day for me. So give me the one sound bite with Manny Franco and Michelle Niven.
Good morning, Tony. Tony says
morning,
he likes
Tony.
to buy a horse, Dazzy. Did you give this horse a look at all?
I did. Anytime I see a Jamie Ness horse, I always give a long look, and had one race at a mile and 8 that's not bad on December 8th. It's kind of stalking, even fourth, and maybe this horse can progress a little bit to get the distance as one over the Aqueduct surface. But I just have the feeling that maybe doesn't really want to go mile and 8th, and so I kind of faded the horse a little bit, but definitely a contender. I wouldn't talk you out of it.
The throw out the last race. If you do like Dazzy, throw out the last race because that horse stumbled. Well, the trouble line says stumbled badly. Look, David, going 9 furlongs. How do you feel about backstretch Rose actually only having a 1 pace number? I mean, it's going to be furthest back at the first call for sure. Does that scare you at all? If you knew this horse could get 9 furlongs, would that 1 pace number still worry you?
Yeah, it worries me because to me, the typical profile of a horse that, and especially in a race that doesn't have any mile and 8th winners, that I want to be closer to the pace, and I prefer an inside post in the first couple slots. So I'm doubting whether backstretch Rose. Don't get me wrong, Basket's Rose is likely to finish in the money, but coming down the stretch and getting that extra 1/8 of a mile, I'm not sure. So I think the entry is a much better value, and you get 2 for 1.
I was really surprised that the 6 horse was not in the top 2 EquinEdge picks. Like, what is up with there?
Yeah,
like, that really also surprised me, right? Mm-hmm. I'm kind of liking Tony's pick. I don't really love Magic 8 Ball. I mean, the horse won easily last time out. Look, should we be thinking Michelle Niven claimed this horse for 16,000 and then moved the horse up to 25 non-winners 2 and then wins by 11? Or was it just that this horse needs to be near the pace? The race before last, the horse steadied at the break. It wasn't a 4-path, throw that out. And the races before that didn't run good when it really didn't clear or they were going too fast. Did they go slow early last time out?
Yeah, Scotty, I can disclose. I can shed some light on that situation. I think. Okay. December 27th, as I believe, it was 2 days after Christmas, and it was an intensely speed biased track, as I recall. Now, not with the benefit of watching replays of that race last night, so don't get me wrong. But as I recall, that was a real intensely speed biased track where you couldn't close. So that's the result of the 11 length win, I believe.
Yeah, and then she claims this one horse soundbite that your selection for 40,000, and the horse wins easily. That was what I liked about it is the first time the horse dropped in class and then won easily. I would imagine, and Manny Franco jumps aboard. I would imagine the one horse soundbite super live.
Yeah, and that's the thing too with Michelle Niven and also Linda Rice's barn. They're going to reach out to Manny first, so that's their number 1 jock, and then Carmouche would be the 1A. And don't get me wrong, I like Carmouche, especially on speedballs, and veteran rider who usually doesn't make a lot of mistakes. But Manny's the number 1 jock, so for the barn. So that's why I was landing on soundbite here with that decision. But then you get the other half of the entry.
Let's see. I didn't hear that. Let's see. Yes, we've got 4 minutes. I just want to look at that real quick. Aqueduct, the top win percentage. Oh, that okay. Whenever there's 6 horses or left or less in a race, you're going to see that. It's just. We're trying to actually figure out that formula. Those horses probably should have been the top pick. So one of the top picks. But when, like I said, it's a different formula than the normal Scotty long shot when there's 6 horses or less. But
Right.
it doesn't really change anything. You find the horse you like, and if it's one of the picks, it's good either way. All right, and then okay, so who are you going to take in that at Aqueduct race number 3? You're going to take the 1. Okay.
The 1 Soundbite from Michelle Nevin and Manny Franco.
All right, I'm going to go with you on that. You made such a good case, and the 6 horses so far back. I would probably do like a 1-5-6, something like that, but it's going to be chalk. It doesn't matter. And the 6, the 5. I'm going to put the 5 for second, and but not going to be surprised if the 6 wins. It wins the race simulator by like 3 lengths.
Right. Right. Yeah. Would it shock me if the 6 won? No. But in this game, you got to make a decision, and you got to be. To me, you've got to be really concrete in your decisions. If you waver too much, you end up using too many horses.
David liked the 7 horse in race number 1, and I liked the 1 horse last run. And look at the wagering. If that's not a wide open board, I don't know what is. Look at that.
Yeah. And that 3 horse scares me now. Is taking money from Mark Cassie. Could this horse wake up after not having lifted a hoof? And again, stretching out to the 1:70, she did show some speed. So maybe, but off those finishes, I can't go there.
I'm really hoping the 1 needs to send, the way I look at it. And when these maidens get the lead, and they're early, they're tough to beat. And this one seems to need the lead for its best. And I'm not going to be surprised if Reyes sends this horse hard. We'll see what happens here. But we got a minute before the race. They're on the track. Let's take a look at them real quickly and see if we can, if any of them look good. The 5 horse certainly making a nice appearance. Now, I don't love the 1 in this race. I'm just going with a price. You got 0 for 18 horse and 0 for 15, 0 for 24 with the 1 horse. Even the 6 horse looks nice. David, did you know when I was in the last couple of years, I started going to horse sales, bought a few horses, and I'm learning. And did you know one of the things you're supposed to look for is the eyes are more spread apart in a horse. It's a sign of intelligence. Did you know that? No. Yeah, it's true. You don't want to see the eyes too close in.
What if? So how? Can you only tell that if you're looking close at them and closely at them in the paddock, or you can tell?
No, you can see. Okay. No, you can when you're there. Or if you're in the paddock, or maybe even on the track, if you get a good look. But if they have blinkers, maybe that's tougher. But even I think with the blinkers on, depending on the type of blinkers, you can see. Supposedly, what happens is when their eyes are too close together, they can't see what's coming either, right? They can't see around them as much as when their eyes, so their peripheral isn't as good.
Okay, all right. I haven't heard that one, but what if I have a question in regard to that. What if you're looking at the eyes and it winks at you?
Okay. Well, now you're in let it ride territory, and you've got to. Oh yeah.
How about a wink and a nod?
That too. I'll give you another thing. You look at the 3 horse. Its neck goes down low into its chest, which is a negative. Mm-hmm. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see the neck come straight down like this into the chest as much. You want to see it not as long. Mm-hmm. So, and I'll show you an example of that. Like that's a thing as well. So, the 5 horse is perfect. The 5 horse.
What about the 6?
It was a little bit long. 7 horse is perfect. So you don't want that neck to drop into the chest. Like the 8 horse is dropping into the chest.
Right. And we've all seen horses running with their heads down low, usually not a great thing, but I've seen some horses who are successful and who run like that. But, and again, I don't pretend to have a degree in equine physiology. So, what I normally look for is horses that are lathered up or, maybe a little fractious in the paddock that you haven't seen that trend before in previous races. That would be somewhat concerning. But yeah, I'll have to look when I'm going to take a close look in the paddock tomorrow at Gulfstream, and I'll see if I can get any winners off that angle.
Into line goes
All right, I
Last
changed
Run,
up to the
Smooth
5
and
horse
Easy.
because I thought the 5 horse looked best.
Here's
So
the
that's where I
Rat
went.
Man. He's the gray.
Okay,
He's a
and I'm on the 7.
now.
So
Keep betting on the
Scotty.
dumb ones, Jay.
5 and 7. All taking a large amount of wagering action here.
But yeah, you don't want to see it come down here. You want to see it come up higher, you know, and you don't want to see like a straight line down here. But I thought the 5 on the track looked best to me, and I didn't like it best on paper, but I mean these horses are a bunch of losers. I'm going to take a
Titan
chance.
and Highland Peak, the last
One's
one
over
to go
24 anyway, so why not? So I changed to the 5.
Highland Peak.
Well, somebody's got to win, right?
I
Unless
mean,
it's a dead heat.
Yeah, you would think.
I wouldn't say, right. A 3-horse dead heat. That's my prediction here.
All
None of
right,
them want to win.
everybody.
All right, good luck, everybody.
Racing at Gulfstream. Good start for Irish Wish on the stretch out. He has the early
Cash.
advantage.
You kind of had a feeling that might happen.
Titan is on the outside. He's now 4th. Down at the inside, it's Smooth and Easy, who's ahead of 2. They are Prince David and Highland Peak. In the run around the first turn, it's Irish Wish and Jaramillo on top by a length. Ragman is 2nd. Last Run pockets up the race in 3rd. On hold in 4th is race favorite Titan. He's a length and a half in front of Smooth and Easy. Acasio is after him to keep up early through a 24 and
all right,
quarter.
contest has started. Oh, yeah, we don't have any losers yet, David.
Not yet.
We're only winners right now.
Leads 3 parts of a length. Ragman is 2nd. Last Run is 3rd. Titan is racing in 4th from Smooth and Easy, who's got an inside lane in 5th. Prince David's in the green, 2nd last, and Highland Peak remains at the back. They have just over half a mile to race. The opening half mile was 48 and 2 now. They swing to the 4 turn.
5 seems to have horse.
3 parts of a length. Ragman is 2nd. Last Run is 3rd. Titan remains 4th. Smooth and Easy is still 5th. There's been no change in
1 is stopping.
Racing in
7
6th
seems to
Prince
still
David.
have a little
Highland Peak
horse.
is last as they speed past the 5/16. Up front, Irish Wish still has the lead. He leads
Your
by
7's moving
3
the best
wide.
right now.
Titan starts to make his move now, and he's let go for a run by Egan. From between horses and Ragman, then Last Run, trying to get motivated, Smooth and Easy, and they're on their way home. It's Irish Wish, overhauled now by
Well, it
Titan
didn't affect
as
me
these
any
two kick
because the
on.
1's not going to
3rd is
win, but come
Ragman,
on,
4th is
7.
Smooth and Easy, they're an
1
eighth of a
time.
mile from home. Titan on the outside.
Come
Irish
on, 5,
Wish
get
is fighting
2nd.
back toward the inside. Ragman on the far outside. Prince David in between horses, Smooth and Easy. They come home for the wire with Titan clear. Titan will win it.
All
Irish
right.
Wish was 2nd. Ragman ran 3rd. Smooth and Easy
Okay.
4th. In 1.
Hola, Alfredo. Oh,
1 for 1.
Alfredo in the
Hey,
house.
Alfredo.
Look at the EquinEdge community in full force today.
There you go.
Good
Welcome.
job, David. Nice pick of Titan. And top EquinEdge pick. And the 3 got 2nd. We talked about that 3 horse.
Scared me a little bit. Held on for a long time there.
Yeah, I mean, that was Mark Cassie improving the horse. John hit the exact. Okay, that's a good start. We need the booms,
All right,
though, John. We need
go.
those booms. They'll take 2 to 1 every day. Absolutely. I agree. I couldn't agree more. Horse was 8 to 5 on the EE morning line from a 4 to 1 odds makers morning line, David.
We'll take it.
Yep. And Ragman ran a good race. Was 3 to 1 on the EE morning line. So
Right,
that
and,
horse,
and let me point out. I want to point out something else too. That also what influenced me here a little bit is the jock. David Egan's a good jock. I mean, he's improving. I noticed I picked him up last year, watching some of these cheaper races where he was getting some good bounce, and he was making good decisions, and he's just going to get better as he's learning the game. And yeah, David Egan has got a bright future, I think.
So, all right, we have Laurel Park coming up, and we got plenty of time. How about we just run this really quick? Laurel Park, race number 1, because we can show the race live, so we'll have this race live for you. We might even throw in some past performances for you as well when we start doing some of the qualifying races. And an interesting horse here for me is the 3 horse. David, Lady Ensign. And this horse has some speed. It's also somewhat tactical. It's off of a layoff. I like these kind of horses off of a layoff. I think they got a freshening, they come back, and they do well. And I think that the 3-horse might run a good race. The 1's the big favorite, but this horse has burned too much money for my liking, so I can't go there.
In all honesty, Scotty, I didn't really look at the race. We have a scratch, correct? The 7's out. The Lacey, the other Gaudet horse.
Yep, 7 is out. More. This horse seems to need the lead. Let's look at the speed here. There's a lot of pace. And if you look at that, you can see that the 6 is very fast. So the 2 favorites are super fast and seem to need the lead. That's going to be interesting to see if the 6 takes it to them. So maybe those 2 duel, and then the 3 sits in the garden spot. And let me see if I can find a closer here on the race simulator. Here, at 24-1, this 8 horse is interesting. Why are they putting this horse in for $40,000? And the race, the EE Morning Line's 9-1. The horse is 25-1. So, maybe there's something there with the 8. Pace makes the race.
Well, lost its last 3 races by a combined, let's see, 34 plus 20 is 54 and 15. This horse has lost, she's lost her last 3 races by a combination of 69 lengths. So if you'd like to put your hard-earned money on a horse like that, God bless you, because I'm not on, there's no way I'm going to be on that mare.
Okay, let me tell you what I'm going to do right now. I'm just going to do small, just for action. My first bet of the day, 1-3-6 with 1-3-6 with 8. So I'm going to play the 8 to get third. Just a hunch.
Okay.
Just a hunch. And there they are. And
if I was going to use a long shot here or a horse at a price, I'd be going with the 2 Still Game.
And they're off.
Who just broke last.
More.
That's okay.
Morel firing up with early speed. Still Game. Lady Ensign right up close there too.
Okay, so that's what we were hoping for, right? The 1 and the 6 dueling. Look at the jockey on the 5. Is he standing on the 5? I don't know what that is.
Them all racing a bit off the
He
inside
loves
about the
how much force he has, or I don't
down
know.
the back stretch now, and it's more in front, getting away from.
He looks about 7 foot tall right now.
And Lady Ensign in between horses. Here's Still
it looks like an off track too.
Horses down the second flight. Big Wanda 4 deep, trying to challenge as well the far outside. Another 3 back, and it's cluck. And Midsummer's Eve is trailing the field. 3 furlongs left. More from Lady Ensign and Big Wanda on the outside. Gourmet ridden for more down to the fence. Still Game in between horses is trying to come back for more. And next is Cluck back of the pack is still Midsummer's Eve. They turn for home. More up top from Still Game on the outside and Gourmet down to the rail. Cluck in between horses coming on for a share for the final furlong. More still coasting along. Driven now by 4 or 5 lengths. More all the way. More.
Well, I'm glad I only bet a little bit, David.
By 5.
I like that. More by 4, by 5.
Still Game and Gourmet.
Gourmet. 6-4-1. All right. I hope that's
the Galloping Gourmet. There you go.
All right. You ready to get to the qualifiers now?
Sure. We're on a roll.
All right.
Now we got some challenge here.
Okay, we start with race number 6 at Gulfstream Park. Let's do it. Gulfstream Park, race number 6.
Okay, race 6. Let me just pull up. So I've already put my picks in on the Horse Players website. So let me just go in there and make things easier. And let me scroll down. Okay, here we go. Gulfstream race 6. Let me just pull it up on my chart so I know what I'm talking about. All right, Gulfstream race 6, 6.5 furlongs, maiden 50 claimer for 3-year-olds and up. And we have a lot of horses who haven't had a lot of starts, and it looks like the race is going to, we have 3 scratches, 2, 4.
1 scratch, just the 4.
Just the 4. Okay.
Just the 4.
You took those others out. You took all my horses out of the mix.
Of course.
You're so mean.
That happens all the time.
You're just such
Hola,
a mean
Oscar.
guy.
Buenos dias.
Hey, Oscar. All right. So the race to me goes through the 6 forever now. the Safi, everything that Safi's putting on the track, you got to take a look at. This horse drops down from a maiden special to the 50 level, off 2 mile races. So went 8 furlongs, now cutting back, going 6.5 furlongs, adding Lasix today. Seems logical, right? As I look through the races, you've got the 5 maybe, and there's another drop down. You got a Chad Brown in here. You've got the 9 on the outside with Paco, who started already for 50. So as I'm going through here, I'm looking at the workout pattern on the only first-time starter in the race, Distinguished Gent for David, Carlos David.
Carlos David.
And I like as I'm looking at the work pattern, I think I like this work pattern. This is a candy ride. Candy rides can win first time out. Carlos David, what's the number? Scotty, I don't have it with first timers. He's an 18% overall trainer. What's his first timer?
19.
Okay, that's good enough for me. Anything near 20%, it justifies a play if you think the horse is live. These breezes, 48-2, solid, 48, breezing out of the gate, 48. It looks like this horse is workout patterns is good are good, and is probably in a proper spot here for 50. And why not? I think you're getting a better price than you will on the 6 horse. So for purpose of the contest, I'm going to go with a first-time starter, the 3 Distinguished Gent for Carlos David.
Right. Well, I will tell you this. That work right here from the gate on January 19th, 48. I mean, that was almost 47 and change. You just don't see that over here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a super fast.
Yeah, Palm
work.
Meadows. Yeah.
Yeah, and at least not from the gate. I mean, that's a very fast gate drill. I'm trying to put that in perspective and find somebody else that's worked from the gate going 4 furlongs. And here's one, 50. Right, for the 1 horse. Like, so this horse is 6-1 in the EE morning line as well. There's something to this. You could be onto something here.
I just thought it was better value, and the horse may be a runner, and I don't want to take 8-5 on Safi Joseph if I think there might be a live first timer. So that's why I decided to land on the 3. What's your feeling here, Scotty?
For me, I'm going with the 7 horse or the 5 horse Mogarty. The 5 is dropping in class to this $50,000 level. It showed speed going longer, and now it's cutting back to 6.5 furlong, and the GSR goes up. On the 7 horse, Shifty Gold, second time starter. That first effort, it wasn't bad. Tyler gets aboard. Zayas was aboard last time out, and it draws a better post. It's 3-1 in the EE morning line. I mean, that one certainly deserves a look. But I wasn't going to even consider the 3 horse, but the works are freaking nice. Let's see here. Let me run the race simulator here. Let's run it and see who's most likely. The 6 is going to have the lead. And then here comes the 3. Here comes the 5. The 7 is going to be, in this situation, going 6.5 furlong, it's about 45% to 50% that the 6 will win this race, being on the lead at the second call on the race simulator.
Right.
And the GSR jump, oh, that's a good point. 17 points GSR jump going on the dirt. That's what I saw that earlier, and that's actually a really good point. That would be a strong reason to consider that horse as well. What about the 1 horse, El Goody? The horse is training very good.
Yeah, when Todd Pletcher, Scotty, has a horse in and they drop it in right away for 50,000, to me, it probably doesn't have a ton of ability. Yeah, I mean, off that second place finish at this level and blinkers on, obviously got a shot. It's going to take a little too much money from my liking with Irad on. So I just thought I would most likely, because I think the 6 is the horse to beat. If I was going to use other horse, it would be the 6 with the 3.
Yeah.
I think I definitely prefer the 6 over the 1.
All right. I'm going to go with the 6 horse.
Okay. Scotty's on the 6, the logical Safi Joseph horse. I'm reaching out for a first-time starter, the 3 Distinguished Gent. Locked you in, Scotty.
All right.
No turning back now.
Nope. Going to go with the 6 horse. All right, so then we've got Gulfstream Park, race number 7.
Gulfstream Park, we've got race number 7, 6.5 furlongs.
So on the
optional
David,
claimer.
real quickly, I'm going to
Yeah.
explain this. It's a good question. Okay, hold on. Okay, so here's the 7. So if you look at the past performances, the way to get to the past performance is to click on the horse, and then you can see right here the SOR for the race for the horse, the win percentage. So in here, it's facing similar. SOR was 50 here, and it's 50 today. It was 1% that day, and it got 5th by 5. So it outran not only its odds, but its win percentage. Today, it's 14%. But it ran on the synthetic, and it was a 44 GSR. And now it's going on the dirt, 6.5 furlongs, and the GSR jumps from 61. And if you click on the grid here, it'll show you where a horse wants. The lowest of the tabs is the synthetic. This horse wants dirt or turf. It can run as well, but dirt would be the preferred. And then you can sort based on distance. So it's kind of like a middle distance horse, is what it is. So 6.5 should be perfect for Shifty Gold. The horse also sits a really nice trip. It might be a little too far back, though. This is what's throwing me off a little bit, but it might move up on the dirt. So hopefully that helps you. The speed of the 6, and the dropping class, I just got to stick with that. Yeah. So all right. So I'm going with the 6.
You're going with the 6.
You're going with the 3. All right.
Correct.
All right. All right, race number 7, David, and I'm on It's Only Words. I'll run the race here, but I thought this horse looked really, really good. 5-2, 30%, top EquinEdge pick. I didn't love the 1, although the 1 is the speed of the race. I thought that the 3 horse could be tough.
Right, so we're going 6.5 here for 16,000 optional claimer, and yeah, the 1 is the obvious speed from the rail, 9 to 5 morning line. Had won its last start on the Tapeta at 5.5, but today goes on the main track at 6.5, but is versatile. Has won before on the Churchill Downs at 7 furlongs on the main track. It has won. And then won at 5.5 on the Tapeta. So only 3 wins in 22 starts, but off the claim for Craig. I don't want 9 to 5. The horse will likely have the lead, but Scotty, I'm on the same page as you here. I'm landing on the same horse, the 3 here. It's Only Words. I think that horse stalks is the horse to stalk that speed, and off the claim. Was favored at last at 4 to 5 and 6 furlongs in the last start. And had a trouble start. I'm looking at a trouble line, pinched at the start, lost to Defended, who is actually the 8 horse in here. And I think with a better start, this horse can turn the tables on this horse, stalking the 1. So give me the 3. And the other horse that I thought was a contender, who I was almost going to use because of her record at Gulfstream. Basically 3 wins, 3 seconds, and 1/3 out of 14 starts, 2 for 4 at the distance. The second time off a layoff was Major Price. So it was a tough decision, but I went with the 3. It's Only Words. I have a second entry. That second entry will have Major Price to 7.
Dropping in class. You know what I like to do on the drops in class, David? I like to look at the stretch and see where a horse was, because even if they lose ground late, it's because they're facing better horses. Now, this horse, though, ran good over at Gulfstream Park, and then it went on the shelf, and it faced better first time off the layoff, and it broke from the rail. And you're right. I mean, this actually, the 7 horse Major Price should actually get a really nice trip.
Yeah, it scares me. So it's one thing I will do is I will definitely use the 7 if I'm playing any horizontals today.
You know, the other thing is Edwin Gonzalez. Is there anybody? I don't think there's anybody in the circuit that can take a horse that maybe is 3rd or 4th fastest horse and get the lead and never look back. And he's just so good that way. So Crichton claimed this horse for 12.5 last time. I'm talking about the 1 Motown Micah, and immediately puts Edwin Gonzalez. He's putting this horse on the lead. 31%, 3-2 EE morning line. What else? Top pace, top win, lowest EE morning line, and EE second pick. And these horses win, well, they're in the money. They win 39% of the time, and they're 73% in the money. This one, I'm hesitating a little bit only because of this right here. When I run the race and I see that this horse, the 3 horse, like, it's going to have to get the trip.
Yes,
I mean,
and
right?
yeah, and Scotty Patrick made a great point here that Spats actually reclaimed the 3. Spats had it, was claimed by Crichton, and then reclaimed it. So to me, that's a positive sign also.
No, it's
Thanks, Pat.
definitely a positive, no doubt about it. Look, I mean, this horse just does not run bad races. It's no doubt about it. But thank you guys very much. I'm going to change up with the 1 guy, David. I'm going to change it with the 1.
You're going with Motown
Yeah.
Mika?
Yeah, I'm going to. I just think that horse is going to be really tough to catch on the front end. But I'm not going to be surprised if the 3 wins. Dave took the 1 as well. 1-8-3. I didn't like the post of the 8, Dave. It looks like this is what I think. I think he's going to have to send a little bit early. And that might use him up a little bit, and he'll have a hard time catching the 1. For me, I like I'm going to do 1-3. I'm going to do 1-3.
Okay, Scotty's
right.
on the 1-3. I would be the 3, and my second choice with a second ticket would be the 7 Major Price.
Yeah, that's an interesting horse. It's super interesting as well. All right, race number 8.
Race number 8 at Gulfstream Park. Back to the Tapeta at 5 furlongs. And Scotty, we have a late scratch here. The 4. Early delivery is out.
The 4 is not out. I just eliminated. If it's out of the race, then it'll be gray.
Okay, you're taking a Peter Walder horse out.
It's
who had some
25-1
speed.
EE morning line. It's not the fastest horse in the race.
46-1 breezing workout on January 25th on
Workout,
Tapeta.
smirkout. That doesn't matter. The horse is fast, but it's not the fastest horse in the race.
All right, let me see. This is 8.
This
Let me
horse
see who I
has
picked.
0 chance of winning. They could put 100 pounds on this horse on the back, and it's no way.
Okay, yeah, I didn't pick that horse. I have another horse who's a pretty decent price.
You
here,
just want to give me a hard time for eliminating horses.
Absolutely. I just like to bust your
I'm
balls
trying to
and
make
all
it
that.
easier for you so you can make a pick.
Yeah, less horses. Much easier to move. It was much easier doing the feeders with 4-horse fields with 2 to 5 shots. Give me a nice 12-horse feed. I'm actually missing those 12-horse New York State breds going 2 turns on the turf, maiden 40 claimers, where there's like 9 horses have a shot. So
all day, I love those races. So what do you think?
I don't think a lot. You know me with 5 furlongs to Tapeta, but so I'm looking for a little bit of a price. Blonde Jack, obviously going to take money with Irad, based on its last race where it had the lead going 5.5 and finished a solid second, just lost it late, and also had won a couple back, breaking its maiden for 35. Based on those races, this horse is live. She's live, but the 1's going to add some fuel to the pace. The 3's got pace. There's going to be. It looks like a contentious pace, but again, we talk about 5 furlongs. I have seen so many wire jobs, so sometimes it's better using the speed of the speed. But this horse just is too tempting for me. When I see a morning line at 8-1. And a horse who just won its last race for maiden 35, 5.5 furlongs. That's the 7 Little Town Street. At 8-1, this horse went wire to wire at 5.5. Now Panizzi stays. I'm not the biggest Panizzi fan, in all honesty, but gets Lasix today. And I'm thinking maybe he can stalk a little bit the inside speed. I might be wrong, and maybe this horse is just going to get involved in the speed duel and collapse late. And it may set it up for like the 6, possibly, who I thought was live in here too. But I'm going to land on Little Town Street, just taking a chance that this horse may be able to stalk a bit from the outside post. And I think also the eight's live and the 6 was live. It is a tough race, but give me the 7, Little Town Seeker, a little reluctantly, but let's go with the Town Street horse.
So I agree with you, Aaron. The 3 horse, the key is going to be here. The key is going to be the 2 horse broke really good last time out, but it's broke bad in the past, and you can see it broke 7th. 2 back going the same distance of 5 furlongs. That's going to be the key right there. If those horses duel, then anything goes. 5 horse, the race simulator has the 5 horse finishing, but the 5 horse just never seems to get there. But it does have the 5 finishing. If that 3 clears, then you could get a price. It's the top GSR, it's the top pace, it's the long shot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough one. Like Patrick said the 6 horse is interesting. You mentioned the 6 as well.
No,
it is interesting. It is dropping from 42% last time to 9%. But I was saying last night, the win percentage algorithm does not seem to like layoff horses. So this is a very interesting horse. I would agree with that. Like, wow, look at this horse. And even the race simulator has the horse right there. This is a super tough race.
Mm-hmm.
And as you know, speed usually holds. Look, if you were to throw the 2 out, let's just say the 2 broke bad. Look at the lead the 3 is going to have. Look at that. Look at that now. If you look at the race simulator.
If the 2 breaks bad.
If the 2 breaks bad. I mean, you won't catch the 2 if that happens, I don't think. But even when it did clear going 5 furlongs in the past, look, it barely hung on. And so it's the 3. The 3 is a bit risky, and the likelihood is that the 2 and the 3 are going to probably duel. I think the 2 is a better horse with Irad than the 3. So what a tough race. I'm gonna take a risk. I'm gonna take a risk on the 6.
Yeah, I think the 6, like I said, 6 looks live to me at a price. Yeah, the concern is, I mean, 2 back, the 3 Light the Torch did beat the 2 Blonde Jack, but it looks like you may have a speed duel here. So I probably want an alternative to those 2, and I thought the 6, 7, or 8 were all live. So, all right, yeah, I can see your point. The 6, I'm not. It looks logical to me, a chance at a price, and I went with the other price horse, the 7. So, Scotty, I'm locking you in on the 6, Solidaria, and I'm on the 7, Little Town Street.
You're on the 7. All right.
Okay.
So we've got race number 2 at Gulfstream Park coming up. So we'll get out to there.
Okay.
And let's look again at what we've got. So I like the 7 a lot, Vanishing Wish. The 3 horse I like a lot as well, down in the Bayou. I'm actually following this horse, and I put a note on this horse that said super bad trip, was 10 wide, had a bad break, watch at this level, and that was a 50, and this is a 44 today. Now that was 5.5 furlongs, but the horses run good at 5 furlongs, so I don't think the distance is going to be an issue. But I really like the expected trip that the 7's going to get, and for that reason, I think I'm going to go with the 7. Let's see here. I mean, man, how can I go away from the 3? I'm actually following the 3. What's up, Aaron? It's been way too long. Way too long. Where have you been, brother? David, I have a story about Aaron. I remember back in the day, I used to think Aaron was a girl. And I don't know what I was saying. I don't know what I said or something like that. And he says, "I'm no chick." Something like that. It was.
I could tell right away by the way it's spelled, EREN, that it's.
Yeah, I was like, Oh man, I don't remember the specifics of it, but I remember it just really.
Snapped.
You know when you get tickled, you get really tickled. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. It's awesome to see Aaron. Wow, man, we've got the EquinEdge community out in force right now. Do you remember that, Patrick? It was so funny. Yeah, Aaron gets that too.
Hey, I guess there's worse ways to figure out a male from a female, right? Than be surprised. So,
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
Oh, Aldi remembers that too. Oh my God,
Yeah,
it was so funny.
that's good. That's a good one.
We have we are building such an amazing community, and just so many new people too are coming on. It's been just so great. It really is. All right, so in here, David, you're on the 6 Holy Coffee. You swore to me this horse is going to get the lead. I've got a buck that says that the 2-horse Jurassic Chick actually gets the lead.
Make that 2.
I think you owe me 2.
Then make it. Let's double or nothing. I'll owe you 4.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, I don't see it. I think Holy Coffee is just what the engine is on today. The caffeine is brewing and blinkers on. This horse is going to gun out like a rocket ship and just never look back.
I'm going to reverse. I'm going 3. I'm going to take the 3. I'm following the 3.
You can. It's pick and pray. You're locked in.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I can't change it. I'm going to bet the 3 then. All right, fine. Yeah.
Hold on, maybe let me. I may want to book that. Forget your ADW.
You don't like the 3?
No speed.
Yeah, the horse is tactical enough. It's going to save ground on the inside. They're going to go flying to the lead. I don't think that's going to be an issue. So I'm if the 3 or 7, if they come in first or second, that was the funniest. That was so funny. Where have you been, Aaron? By the way, I don't remember seeing you on a show in a year, maybe longer. Dave likes 3, 6, 7. I'm with you. The 3 looks one paced on paper. They're going to go flying to the lead, and all I can tell you is this: this horse was 3, 4 lengths best in this race right here, easy. And now it's dropping in class to a 44 group, and the 2-horse is on the inside, and it's fast. The 6 is fast. There's going to be a lot of speed in here, and the 5's even fast. So
yeah. And Oldie, if the 5 gets the lead, the 6 is going to pounce. And I agree. One thing with you, Oldie, it's going to be a 5-6, 6-5 exacta. 2-speed number to the wire.
What are you smoking?
It's a 5-6 exacta, 6-5.
This first of all,
I'm not going to say ice cold. It's the ice box. The ice box.
There's no such thing as an ice box. Just so you know.
That's my new term. I'm going to invent the ice box.
and first of all, this horse is never rated in its entire life, and now you're going to tell me the 6 is going to rate?
No, he's not going to rate. They're going to go together, and it's a 2-speed number around the track.
Okay.
All right.
You have an imagination. You kind of remind me of Anna right now.
Okay, there you go.
All right. Let's see here. There's the 2 who's going to be your leader at the quarter. And 4-1 right now on the 2, Jurassic Chick. This horse has come from behind too, by the way. The 2-horse on the turf anyways. But from the inside, I just don't see that happening. It's that this horse is sending at all costs with Saez. And Saez is very good out of the gate. Only an ice cold. That's right. Jay knows. And
well, we'll talk about ice later on. I got an ice special for you later on.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Here we go. 9-5 right now on the 3. Show me the money.
Whoa, 6-1 on Holy Coffee. I just reached out and put a win wager on that and an exact box.
Let's do it, Michael. Let's get it. Come on.
All right, here we go.
Another quick individual.
6-horse at 6-1 right now. Dave's pick is here. We go. Dave, I'm rooting for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 first, and if they can't win, I want your 6 to win.
And in, ready for a start. And they're off. That's a start for the resume. They were across the course when they broke. Good start for Jurassic Chick from down toward the inside. In the middle, taking it all, has speed. Out the center, Holy Coffee. Vasquez is riding down in the bayou to try to stay close.
That 5 was fast. Holy hell.
Yes.
The outside
Holy cow, Holy Coffee. Here comes the 6. Here we go. 2-speed number, Scotty.
To the far turn they go. They're 3 furlongs from the wire. Holy Coffee taking it all. These two heads apart. Jurassic Chick gets a good trip in third. Vanishing Wish is close enough in fourth. Down in the Bayou, Hard Ridden, not yet responding. Ave Phoenix on her outside, and the trailer is Divine Encounter. They reach the top of the stretch. They're a quarter of a mile from home, and on the inside, taking it all, taken on by Holy Coffee. Off cover, Jurassic Chick, far outside.
Wow,
Vanishing
that
Wish,
two's moving,
then down
huh?
The Bayou. They're an eighth.
Come
of a
on
mile
with that
from
6.
home
Hold
now.
on.
Leader is
Dig
Jurassic
in.
Chick, moving away by 2
There you
lengths.
got the
From
speed
between
duel.
horses down in the Bayou, tries to outrun Vanishing Wish for second, but at 4-1, put a ring around Jurassic Chick. She's in front. Jurassic Chick by 2. Up into second, went down in the Bayou from Vanishing Wish third.
Down in the Bayou. I apologize. Came out flying and got up there. But
Yeah,
see,
the horse showed,
it.
it showed it could rate 237. Wow, look at the that was the EquinEdge long shot, and the down in the Bayou ran a good race, but they were stopping up front, and they had shown that in the past too, that they were stopping
Right.
You know, but 2 ran good, really ran good.
2 did
nice,
run.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
nice job by Luis Saez getting that horse to rate there, and kind of he killed me there. I had the 3 and the 7 there, but look at 237 though.
Okay.
Rodney hit the super. Nice job.
Oh, nice. Way to go, Rodney.
Look at that. Look at the betting on that race. It was absolutely wide open. Aqueduct's coming up here shortly.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We've got Laurel Park coming up. David, let's go to Laurel Park, race number 2.
Sure. And what's the track condition there? Is that
It's
labeling it muddy?
It says good, but it's wet.
All right.
So Feeling So Lucky. Let's see how these horses have done. Let's see here. All right, let's put this over here. Get that. Sorry, guys.
Conquest answer.
Okay. How can I bet against the 4 like a Rolling Stone? I just saw that Bob Dylan movie a couple of weeks ago. So there you go.
How was
Touch
it?
play. It was really good. It was good.
Was it?
Yeah, enjoyed it. A little long, but it's good.
I like Conquest Dancer a little bit.
Yeah, got a shot there.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd use this race as an NHC optional, but
No.
yeah.
Waiting for a memento me.
At 4-1, like a Rolling Stone. Here you go. Like the breeding for an off track.
7's very fast.
Yeah, Scott, I would give it out of 5 stars. I'd give it like a 4.25. Not as good as the Freddie Mercury movie, but better than the Elton John one, in my opinion, in my humble opinion.
They're having a hard time getting the 6 in.
Now she's in. Memento me.
Yeah, she's in.
8-5.
The one is one and off. I just saw that. The one here is one and an off track as well.
And they're off.
7 broke outward, your
Like a
favorite.
Rolling Stone, first out of the gate. Conquest Dancer's right up there, too. And Feeling So Lucky, and Lottie Dino joining on the far outside. So Lottie Dino and Feeling So Lucky going to go head-to-head past the 5 furlong marker. Conquest Dancer broke sharp, but back in third. Like a Rolling Stone is in fourth. Back to Lily Lightning, and Memento Me is trailing the field. Has a lot to do now, as some 15 to 16 off the pace. Lottie Dino from Feeling So Lucky getting away about a half length into the far turn run. Then it's Conquest Dancer on the chase from third and keeping up. Like a Rolling Stone ridden along for a bit more. Another 5 to Lily Lightning, another 8 or 9 back, and it's Memento Me trailing the
race
field.
set up for the 3.
Lottie Dino, but Conquest Dancer Stokes up with 3 wide.
Yep, they battled on the front end there.
Feeling So Lucky back third on the inside as they turn in, and Like a Rolling Stone, they're into the stretch. Conquest Dancer on the outside with the momentum sweeping up. Lottie Dino's trying to battle. Feeling So Lucky back third down to the inside, and Like a Rolling Stone even pace fourth toward the center of the track. It's Conquest Dancer. Lottie Dino running big on the inside, trying to go back for more, but Conquest Dancer has the momentum. Conquest Dancer, Lottie Dino, Like a Rolling Stone leveling up very late in the game. Like a Rolling Stone coming. Lottie, it's going to be Conquest Dancer from Like a Rolling Stone, and Lottie Dino.
It took that horse a long time to get rolling, Like a Rolling Stone, building up momentum down the hill.
Yeah.
He kicked it into gear the last 8th, or else if any sooner he would have went right by.
3-4.
I don't know if he kicked it in or it's a result of the horses on the front end just tiring.
All right, so we have let's see, we did Gulfstream Park 8, and let's do Gulfstream Park 9.
Gulfstream Park 9th. Okay, this is a nice competitive race. We've got we're gonna have a favorite here that looks pretty good. Now we've got 2 scratches, right? We got the I know the 6 is out.
6 is out. I've got a note that the 4 needs the lead for its best, and it might get it. Those were some pretty good scratches for the 4, but the 7's very fast as well. Strong quality. Seems to need the lead, David, as well. And then you have the 3 Silent Heart on the inside.
Yeah, so we're going a mile on a turf here. Optional claimer 75. These are hard-hitting horses. To me, this looks like a very competitive race. You've got, I guess it comes down to, if you look on paper, the 3 Silent Heart and the 7 Strong Quality. Strong Quality is the speed, seems to have more speed, but the Silent Heart, I mean, in his last 2 races at Gulfstream, in stakes races, with an outside post, 2 back, and the showing up. That's a nice race, stalking the pace from that outside post, going 2 turns and drawing off by 3, then comes back in a Tropical Park Derby and makes a run and maybe made the move a little too early and then flattened out late because that was the same distance and it just couldn't hold on in that spot. Now, that looks like maybe a slightly faster race, but as the favorite. So I think now Saez picks up the mount, so that might help that horse. But so those were 2 contenders, and the 4 is a contender, Dominican Pioneer, shipping in from Churchill, stretching out to a mile. That horse is usable, but the horse that I am interested in here, Scotty, is only because of some loyalty factor that I have to keep in mind here. This horse I've had success with before, runs well at times at a big price, and that's Tim Hill's horse, the 5 Ruse. If you go back to May 18th, I believe that was Preakness Day. And I think I was on the stretch run that day, and this horse was in a 10-horse field on May 18th at a mile at Aqueduct, and it was a very tough competitive race. I believe the horse was morning line 10-1 or 12-1 and took money that day and ended up winning by a head, got a perfect trip from the rail. This horse can fire at a price, and I was shocked the horse took money to 5-1. So you'll know if this horse is live. It'll probably take money. This horse is sneaky. He had won a race when shipped down to Laurel, going a mile in the 16th. Then ran in a New York. There's a New York bred, ran a New York State bred turf race, the Mohawk, and went out in a paceless race and had no other alternative. Nobody wanted the lead, so Ruse went out and got the lead. But Ruse doesn't want to be on the lead, in my opinion, going a mile and the 16th. Ruse is a 1 mile closer. 1 turn, yep, actually 2 turn. He prefers the 1 mile distance. Throw the prep race out, the mile and the 16th on the Tapeta. That's just a big conditioning race. I believe December 28th, that might have been an off the originally scheduled for the turf. That's my guess. Went off at 60 to 1 in a tough field, had no chance, but got a prep race, second off a layoff. Tim Hills, the horses won 2 races at a mile, and it looks like a good shot is at a price to hit the board. I'll take a chance this horse will finish first or second and beat some of these chalks here. So give me the 5 Ruse. Sorry for droning on so long on Ruse.
That's okay. Let me give you a stat. So
Okay.
Tim Hills is 19% with first race back horses, right? And you ready for this second off the layoff?
Go ahead, shoot.
0 for 27.
That's okay. He's going to be 1 for 20 after today.
Okay,
That race.
That's the spirit.
What you're not keeping in mind here is that Tapeta race. You
Yeah.
can call this the first start back, because at Tapeta race, this horse had no chance.
I don't know what you call the other ones, but yeah, no, 0 for 27,
Okay.
5%
All right.
to win.
Okay.
I'll give you my watch if this horse wins. Okay.
I'm gonna now. This is a recorded show, my friend, and you have a bunch of listeners here, so everybody hear that. And have you seen Scotty's watch?
Oldie's got it.
Oh, Oldie's going to have to give it back to me then.
Okay. Yeah, Oldie's got it. Okay. So
What if he finishes second?
I mean, that's possible, I guess. I mean, it's 0
Do
for
I-
27 for the win. I didn't say anything about second. So
Do I get a consolation? Watch is the number one. A consolation would be what? Can I get one of your Mercedes? I don't know.
Jay says he'll take a link.
There you go. Right.
What do you think about Robert Falcone taking over for a horse for Mike Maker? You see a lot. You see this more in New York. Is this a horse we should be worried about? It's 4 to 1. It's the EquinEdge long shot.
Yeah, Falcone trains for up in New York, and he trains for he shipped horses down here before for Jimmy Riccio, and they've had success.
Okay.
So yeah, that doesn't Maker to Falcone wouldn't take me off this horse. And again, this is another contender. I mean, to me, the contention goes deep here. I guess you could throw out the 9 Freedom Principle, but other than that, I didn't think Real Macho, first time trying turf, may be a factor at some point, but I don't think it's good enough to win second time off a layoff. Mucho Macho Man probably better for the dirt, but
Yeah.
You can go in a couple of different directions here.
All right, Aqueduct 1 minute out, so we got to make a decision here. For me, it's going to be between the 3 and the 1. I mean, 3 just looks really tough in this race. Luis Saez. First of all, Silent Heart's been in the money in first, second, or third in 9 of the 10 starts. And the one poor start was going 5.5 on the turf. And so he had 2 races, 5.5 on the turf. And those were against 76 SOR and a 72. I mean, this horse just tries every single time. You got a smaller field here. I mean, I don't know how you beat the 3 horse. I'm gonna do the 3.
Right, and let me point out, Scotty, that's my solid second pick too. So
okay.
I'm gonna have Ruse on 1 ticket, and I anticipate having 2. So in all full disclosure, I'm having the 3 solidly on the second ticket. I'm not gonna.
Okay,
go
make
1
sure
deep.
that you put the horses you really like a lot on the ticket where you're using the 3. Okay.
Okay, Scotty.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
Okay, let's go out to Aqueduct race number 2. Race number
Race
1.
number 1. So
and, who did we have? Oh, we didn't have anybody new.
We done, but I do have notes, I believe, on that race. Did they? Unless they scratched my horse. No, they didn't. Just look at the notes on the 1 and also on the 5. That'll tell you my opinion in a nutshell.
Scotty is one of the best guys I know. Wow,
Yeah.
Thank you. That's a really nice note. Should have an easy early lead in here today, and from the inside post. But concern is she will stop abruptly again? ? Trainer takes blinkers off today, so she apparently is looking for an answer. Also, vulnerable favorite. So we are not liking the 1. Who's the other one?
The 5.
5.
horse.
Calling an audible because the 1 is no good. Scotty Longshot makes second start off a 9% overall trainer who is 17% second race back. 4-year-old filly has back form that would make her tough here. Upset chance to catch a prohibitive chalk with a race under her belt. All right, second off the layoff. And
basically, Scotty, the 1, obviously you've got to use, if you're using horizontals and you want to try to stay alive, I wouldn't talk about using the 1. I don't trust the 1 whatsoever. So the way I would approach if I'm playing, which I'm not playing, I just don't think there's any value here in the early pick 5, but sometimes I would just single a horse like that to 5 and say, yeah, I'm trying to beat that horse because everybody's going to have it. And I don't want something that everybody else has. So,
all right,
the horse could wire, but I don't trust this horse at all.
Well, the horse, is going to most likely get the lead, but it's being asked. So,
Yeah.
and then,
oh yeah,
and the 3 horse is actually that's not a good start for the 1-2 favorite. The 1 horse catchphrase, Foxy Francis is sitting in good position in second, and 2's got either a small horse or a big jockey, one of the 2.
Both.
And we'll see. Right now the 1 looks to be running very, very good. 2 seems to be running better than the 3 at this moment with the big jockey.
My 5 making a move yet? There we go.
Your 5 is going to have to really. Well, catchphrase is opening up.
Not stopping today, huh?
Nope, not stopping today. Here comes the 2, and I think you're going to secure a third, though. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 5.
Okay.
All
Tried
right.
to beat the prohibitive favorite at 1-2, and no regrets. No regrets.
And all right, 1, 2, 5, just like the algorithm said. Okay. Let's see here. How about we go to Santa Anita 1. Let's go there.
Santa Anita 1.
Yes,
okay.
sir. Let's
All
go.
right. Santa Anita 1. Nope. You called an audible here on me.
Okay.
I wasn't prepared for Santa Anita 1, so just give
That's
me
okay. There's good news here.
You're an expert in Santa Anita.
Somewhat, but we have EquinEdge, so we can handicap fast.
Yes. Okay. So we
so
have
no on the 4 Coconut Girl.
1 mile turf race maiden special weight. Okay, let me just pull. Okay, here we go. All right.
It looks like the 2 is going to be forwardly placed, but the 2 horse, the race simulator says the horse is going to stop. Okay, so let me look real quick. Santa Anita 1. I'm looking at the new GSRs. Let's see if we can get any kind of tell. 7 horse has the top GSR, and the 2 has the second top. All right. So, often this 2 horse dropped in class here. The GSR went up, and the horse didn't really improve as much as I would have liked. I don't love that. I don't see the 2 horse winning, but it's 19-1 for that matter. But I think it could improve a little bit and maybe for a third spot. But I don't really see it on the win end. And the 7 though, Benster. I think this is probably the 1's going to get over bet probably, but it burned money last time out, and now it's stretching out, and the GSR actually drops 10 points. I mean, I don't even need to think about it. I'm going to go with the 10 or the 7. I mean,
yeah, the right looks to me, Scotty. Obviously, like the race goes through the 7. These Calbred mares, right? Filly mares. 2 races off the layoff, off a long layoff, over a year layoff, came back to Del Mar and closed for a decent second at 26-1. And now we got it. Then we had a trainer change to Simon Callahan, and stretching out, well, trying a mile again at this time at Santa Anita, the first of the year, and again closed and got a decent second as the favorite and beat the 6-horse Dancing Till Dawn. Looks like the tough horse to beat. I agree with you, but to me, it's either the 6 or the 7 here. I don't want the 1 stretching out. I think I'm going to try to beat the 7 with the 6. If I have 2 tickets, which I will, I'll go with 6 on one and 7 on the other. But for my main ticket, I'm gonna try the 6 Dancing Till Dawn, second off a layoff.
Makes sense.
Chased Benster last time out and only finished a length behind her. I'm thinking maybe the 6 has got a little more upside. With a race under her belt there, maybe will improve enough to reverse the tables. So give me somewhat reluctantly the 6 over the 7, but I'll have the 7 on the other ticket. So 6-7 for me, Scotty.
The 6, David. This is the second race off the layoff for McCarthy, and he's let's see what he is. He's about the same, 16-17% first off the layoff, and as well as second off the layoff. Gonzalez re-rides. I'll tell you the advantage here, and I'm looking at the post before. The advantage today is that the 6 is the 6 is faster than the 7. And so the 6 is going to be sitting off of, let's see here, the 2 horse. And that's a big advantage. And the 7 could end up wide or losing some ground. So although I like the 7 to win, I think that you have to take a chance on this 6 horse.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly the way I felt. Yeah. You get a little bit of a better price.
Yeah.
Because I think the 7 is going to be less than 8-5. I think you're going to have, as Oldie would say, 1-1 or 4-5. That's what I'm looking at here.
I'm going to join you on the 6. The 7 is the horse to beat on paper, no doubt about it. But the 6 can run. And because of the outside post position of the 7, it could lose a couple of lengths at the start of the race, and the 6 horse is more tactical. So I will go with the 6 as well. All right.
Okay.
Santa Anita race number 2.
Santa Anita race number 2. We're going 5.5 furlongs on the main track, claiming 10,000 claimer for Phillies Damaris 4 and up.
Okay.
See what I'm doing?
Yeah.
See what I'm doing, Scotty?
What are you doing?
Scratching my head. There's a head scratcher right here for you.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't get that. See, there you go. If I went like that, it'd be like a monkey. But go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. The 2 horse is 4-1 on the EE morning line. It's the EquinEdge long shot. It's got a decent win percentage. While the 8 horse, who's going to end up being your favorite, it's got it's 7-2 on the EE morning line, and it has 0 speed. 0 speed and a wide post. Hell no on the 8.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not using the 8 here, so we're on the same page with as on that angle at least. I thought I didn't like the 4 coming off the long layoff, Golden Gate Synthetics, and probably will need a race or 2. We don't know how the horse is going to perform at Santa Anita. Woodbine Way is a contender, cutting back, but is this race has had some races sprinting, but is this race too? I don't know what distance this mare would prefer. 3 for 20, 3 for 32 lifetime doesn't create a lot of confidence for me. I just thought this was an impossible race. The 1 second time off a layoff, dropping down to 10. 3 for 22 at Santa Anita. I was going to originally settle on the 6 Sapadilla. However, just looking at its PPs or her PPs, 1 for 22 does not really inspire confidence.
Yeah.
But she's won a race at 5.5 at Santa Anita. The 1 race she won was October 12th. And if she happens to repeat that at this distance, she could be a factor here. But the question is, What happened the last? She drops in class, drops back down. You know what? I'm going to take a shot. It's not my profile, not my winnings profile, taking one for 22 horses, but dropping back down. And it has one at the distance, and you're going to get a price. So give me the 6 Sapadia, and I guess I'd go with another price here. The 1 Roman Empress, second time off a layoff, dropping back down to 10. Tough race.
So
I don't
you're
want
doing
the
the
favorites.
6?
I'm doing the yeah. I'm taking a. I don't want a favorite in here. I had 10,000 claimer. I think some of these horses, the horses that are taking money to me aren't reliable.
I'm going with the 2.
Queen.
The horse is going to have an easy lead from the inside, going to get a nice trip. It won't be dueling early. There is nobody to go with it that I can see. The 5, Falabella, is certainly a horse that I would consider. This horse is a very consistent. It faced very tough around the hook last time out. That was an allowance race that was just too tough. So I wouldn't hold that against the horse. I would throw that race out. And if you do that, the horse has got 2 wins and a second place finish and been first or second in 6 of 11 races for Eric Kruljack. 5 is a player in here, no question. 5 is the one I'd be worried about late.
Yes.
Yeah, 5 is the one I'd be worried about late. 2-5 for me. I'm going to take a chance with the price horse.
Okay, 2-5 for Scotty, and for me it's 6-1. So we are using horses that were on different planes here. So all right, I'm locking you in, Scotty.
Okay. Let's go to Gulfstream Park, race number 3. And
Park, race number 3.
We talked about this. We figured that the favorite, the 2 Air Combat, would be 3-5, and true to the EquinEdge morning line, and that's what it is. And 9-5 on Totofino, not a surprise. 7-2 on the 5 Blazing Buchero. No surprises there. What do you think?
Yeah, 3-5. I think we're just going to take the price. Obviously, we're locked in, but yeah, with a small field like this, there's not a lot of drama here. I think it's going to come down to the 2 over the 1 and the 2, and I think the 2 is the likely winner.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's pretty.
You had
heavy.
the 5 here, right, Scotty?
I went with the 5. I like the 2. The 1 Totofino is not a bad horse at all. It's 8-year-old gelding who has some back class and won by 4 1/4 lengths last time out.
Right,
Certainly
the layoff lines there concern me about the 1. Is he the same horse at 8 years old now? Even with the win at Delta Downs, what I can't judge how the quality of those horses in there shape up to these. I don't think they're probably on Air Combat's level, but we're going to find out shortly.
Yeah. It's a really it's a fun race to watch, actually. If you're gonna make a bet in this race, how are you betting it?
Well, I have to tell you, Scotty, I wouldn't bet this race with Monopoly money. I don't usually, so I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna opt out. So no wager for me.
No wager. All right, fair enough.
Too small of a field.
All right, let's.
But I mean, that being said, if I was going to be in the horizontals, I would just single the 2.
Number 8,
Yeah.
Scratch number 5, Garuda. That's the 8th race, Gulfstream, scratch 5, Garuda.
8th race.
8th race.
5,
Scratch the 5.
Garuda.
I don't think either one of us had that one, so
out.
I think we're in good shape there. J-May, what about a double? Let's see. I have a pick. I'd go at 2-7. I'd go the 2 over the 5-7. 2. If I'm playing a double, hypothetically, I'd go with the 2 Air Combat over the 5, and also my top pick 7 Game Changer Jolie.
Okay, 5 has been scratched out of the race.
8. Not 8.
Okay, we're in race number 3.
Oldie, you like the 1?
1 over.
One over the 1. Oh, 1 over the 1 double. Okay.
Oh. Let's see here. Who's oh, Pretty Liza. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I might do a daily double here. Why not? I'm going to do a 5/5 double.
Okay, we're on a double challenge here. Let's see who's double. Who hits the double?
All right, they're going into the gate. Let's see how good the 5 looks. 3-1 right now. Getting bet into these horses.
Well, it is only a 4-horse field, so it
Yeah.
makes sense that 3's not going to take much money. So, I mean,
Yeah.
good luck, everybody.
One more to move in now as Blazing Buchero takes the outside. Field of 4 at 6 furlongs.
Maybe the 5 comes out with speed.
And they're
Yeah,
off.
that did not
Blazing
happen.
Buchero was off last. Toto Fino ridden into position. Moving to him is Air Combat, and up on the outside, Centro
But 2 is pressing the 1.
3 across the course.
Not giving him a
in the
breather
run
at
to the
all.
half-mile point. It's Toto Fino with an inside lane doing battle with Air Combat. They're locked
Wiz
up
is on the
apart.
1.
Centro Delantero is now third, and 3 back to
It's going
the
to be
slow
very
starting
tough to beat
Blazing
the
Buchero.
2-horse.
12 noon, the starting time for Holy Bull Saturday here tomorrow as they hit the far turn. Air Combat and Tono Fino continue to stride heads apart. 3 wide, Centro Delantero tries to upset the field while racing in third. And at the back is Blazing Buchero. They speed past the 5/16. Air Combat takes the lead while under a hold. Right back at him is Toto Fino from second, still working hard. 3 wide, Centro Delantero. Blazing Buchero broke slow and has not been out of last yet after an opening half mile in 44-4. Off the turn in the stretch drive, Air Combat off a sharp win last time, looking just as sharp today. He's an 8th.
Look how easy this horse is winning, Scotty.
Yeah.
Back to
Super
second
easy.
is
Under
Toto
wraps.
Fino trying to hold that.
Three's gonna
spot
get
as Centro
second.
Delantero charging hard at him.
Yep, at a big
but
price.
3-5.
But
Air
small
Combat
field, so you
is in
won't get
front.
much for
Air
the
Combat by a
place.
comfortable 2.5. Centro Delantero did some work.
All right.
to get
All right,
second.
big favorite
Toto Fino
wins.
ran
Well, it
Not
looks
a
like,
surprise.
gentlemen, I'd be the only one still alive in the doubles. Oh, interesting. 3-5. That would normally not be my type of style play, but why not?
All right, where did we finish off at?
Okay, we're on Santa Anita 2, correct, Scotty?
Yep, I took the 2-horse Queen of the Track, and
I want the 6, right?
you took the 6-horse. Yes, sir. Okay. Race number 3 at Santa Anita. Let's get there. Let's 3. Yep, that's event number 8.
Race number 3 at Santa Anita. We've got a 6-furlong allowance going for 4-year-olds and up. Okay, and these are, I thought these were fillies and mares. No, they're restricted 4-year-olds for Calibreds. Nope, restricted to 4. Okay, open company. And I mean, Scotty, what do you do here? I mean, you got, I'm surprised they included this race, right? Grubauer looks like an overwhelming prohibitive favorite. Are you interested in anybody else here?
No.
Yeah,
73% to win. It's down to 6 horses, and
you know,
yeah.
I think we should go to this topic where it's an interesting selection for horse players to have this race in here. I mean, you would think there's Tampa we could have thrown in, Laurel, right? Something.
Yeah.
But okay, it is what it is. I'm going with the 2, Grubauer. Off this last 2 races, well, actually last 3, going for 4 in a row, has never won a bad race. I'm sorry, never ran a bad race, and looks like has his field over a barrel.
Let's run this race as if the 2-horse wasn't in it, and let's just see maybe if there's a horse we can zero in on that might be some odds. Like the 5 horses 9-2 EE morning line. That's a pretty low EE morning line for
okay. So
in a race where we had such a big favorite, right?
Okay, so the last time out when Grubauer won, he was 2-5, 3-5, and also beat the 1 Milanese Tiger by 12 lengths, and beat the 5 Look for Mischief by 9 lengths and change.
Right.
So And the 7 Rankenberry at that same, a month before, was racing at Pleasanton for 10K. I don't want that horse. How the 4 maybe, but was racing for 16 and then was claimed for 12.5 out of Pleasanton. I just don't see any. I guess maybe the 5 will be flying at the end, but I can't use anybody else in here.
No, I think the other horse in here clearly is the 4.
Right. 4's got some positional speed.
But let's just say the horse goes off at, let's just say 6-1. So the favorite wins. You might get what, $5 maybe for the place.
Probably not even that much with a prohibitive favorite.
Yeah.
I think Grubauer is going to be 1 to 5.
Yeah.
I just doesn't look like any other option here to me. Because if you're taking a second choice, you're not getting any more for place money than the win place probably than of Grubauer.
Yeah.
If anything, it'll be about the same. Maybe
Yeah.
not. No, you'll get more for Grubauer because you're going to get $2.10 on the place and $2.40 on the win. It's not going to be more than 5 on the 4. So if you're going to go in a different direction, just take the longest shot on the board to try to, hopefully you get second with it. But to me, that looks like the only option.
No, don't. The 2's not the long shot, you guys. Brad's fixing this right now. Whenever there's 6 horses and under the picks, it seems to be putting the top pick as the long shot. So we're working on that right now.
Right.
So just look for when you see 6 horses and less, then just look at it. One of those 3 probably is the horse that's going to win. And
well, as I'm looking at this race, Scotty, I mean, if you pin me down and say I have to play an exacta, I'm thinking maybe it's more likely for a 2-speed number here, and I'd leave the 4 out. And the 7 to me, maybe stalking, and it's not the 2 will have the lead, and maybe the 7 will be a 2-speed number. I like to work out January 17th on Runkberry.
yeah.
Maybe I play a 2-7 exacta, and if you want to use the 7 in a contest, maybe not the worst play for a place. And we've seen worse things. What happens if the 2 gets off slow out of the gate and the 7 takes the lead? I don't know, but I don't think you can bet against the 2. So, but if you want another alternative, I'd probably go with the 7.
Okay, 2-7. Let's that takes care of Santa Anita. Now we just have 3 races to do at Aqueduct, but we're going to go to Aqueduct race number 2 right now. 5 minutes before that race. Hold on, there's a Laurel Park race. If they're going into the gate, maybe, and they are at the gate. All right, let's.
You want to go to Laurel? Yeah,
Yeah,
because we're really flying here because when you have a couple of 4-horse fields with prohibitive favorites, it's not a lot to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't overanalyze these 4-horse fields, right? 4 or 5
So
horse
as
fields.
I'm looking right now, the 6 horse is a big pace number in this race and going to have a really easy lead. It's 8-5 right now. It's also a horse to watch. And
moving in now, Gillis.
it's the type of horse that needs the lead.
Julio Hernandez up.
And it got claimed last time out off of Brittany Russell.
Buoyant. 9-5, Buoyant.
Oh, the 4 and the 5 are out. Okay.
21 Kid. Sure. Hello, Sunshine. Track good, second wire.
Yeah, I think I like the 7 in here. 21 Kid.
Bit of a
I was looking at that horse too.
Might have bobbled just a tad at the start. As 21 Kid goes to the lead, and Enabler there on the inside, and Hello Sunshine away running in 3rd position. And then it's back to Buoyant, who's now working through in between horses and tugging along, and Buoyant wants to go. Buoyant, after a bit of a bobbling beginning, is up to grab the lead there from 21 Kid by a neck down the backstretch run. Enabler is in 3rd. And then Hello Sunshine in between horses, Gray Flannel Boss, a 2-path, and second. Next is Gala Star. Sorted out only about 5 lengths, maybe 6 from front to back down the back stretch, and it's Buoyant. Buoyant is up top. 21 Kid and Gray Flannel Boss, second and third, Enabler in between horses in the second. Flight Chase 2, then Gala Star on the inside. And trailing the field is Hello Sunshine around the far turn. Buoyant. Buoyant is still there. Buoyant opens up a length and 3/4 in front now from 21 Kid, Gray Flannel Boss, and Hello Sunshine on the move, while 3 wide. Back to Enabler and Gala Star. With about 3 furlongs left to go, Mile Journey. Buoyant going strong. Buoyant by 3 from the chasing 21 Kid, who's driven in second, and Hello Sunshine on the outside, and Gray Flannel Boss. Buoyant turns in. Buoyant a 1/4 mile from home with about a 3 or 4 length advantage as they straighten in. Buoyant, Gray Flannel Boss out center of the track is 21 Kid. They're coming to the last 3/16 of a mile. Buoyant ridden with some confidence now. Opening up now 4 easy lengths. Now the scramble's on for second from between horses. Here's Enabler. Enabler charging on to second. Buoyant a furlong out from the second line. In front, Buoyant by 4. 16
Easy
left to go
victory
from
by
Enabler.
Buoyant.
Wow, you got
And
2 to
then
1
it
on
was
that
Hello
horse as well.
Sunshine. Buoyant
Yeah.
bounding home.
That's how you
Buoyant
want to
and
win
then
with a 2-to-1
Enabler,
shot.
And then Hello Sunshine.
Yeah, exactly.
Off the claim, stretching out. Now the Union Rags has won before on a muddy track.
There were
Love the track.
he's working on it right now to fix the EquinEdge picks when they're down. But I mean, basically the long shot is the favorite. But you'll see it doesn't really change anything, but it's going to get fixed anyways. You can see that just like yesterday at Aqueduct, bet the long shot in races that are under 6 horses or under. I think almost every race that it's won. At Aqueduct yesterday, check this out, David. I don't know if you saw this. It was, these small fields.
Numbers
Look at
coming up.
the
Yeah.
Equinedge long shot, right?
Yeah, I had a couple of good notes in there too that ended up working out well. But yeah, I noticed that a couple of the notes I put in were on the long shots, and I'm like,
Look at this long shot, 4-horse field, long shot. Look at this long shot. Pretty crazy.
Mo Roads I like. Yeah, Mo Roads I had a note on. And also, well, the 6-horse I really liked in that race too. Del Rey, there was a note in there.
Pretty amazing. And look at if you look at every race, except for this race here in race number 7.
C's Got Degrees was live.
The Equinedge top pick or long shot won the race. Pretty amazing. Man, these small fields though, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Aqueduct race number 2.
So we got 3 horses taking money. I was wrong. Tipple is not taking the majority of the money. The other Linda Rice entrant is Shoplifting is 6-5, and Tipple is 9-5.
Would you want to should we be betting this horse at 4-1? Do you want to share it with us?
At 4-1?
What? The 4-horse.
Oh no, Scotty, it's not my style to make wagers on 4-horse fields unless I love something. And
At 2-1.
No. The one, yeah. To me, the 2. The concern I have about Tipple now, even though I picked it in advance, that it's kind of at 2-1. It's kind of like dead on the board, right? So that concerns me a little bit. This is a race I would pass.
Okay. You mentioned that you thought Sherrill's Delight was decent. Sherrill's Delight is not really one that seems to want to win.
Correct, and that's the issue. Now, Carlos Martin's a good trainer, but drawing that rail post here, going 7. Yeah, I can't pull the trigger on that horse. 10 tries, 0 for 6 at Aqueduct. Hasn't been out since May. Has some decent races, but anytime you see all these starts with horses who have less chances, and that's why I would take the 4 over the 3, because the 3 Shoplifting has 9 chances and hasn't gotten the job done. And supposedly Tipple's well regarded. Maybe I got wrong information here. At 9-5, I thought those odds would be reversed between the 3 and the 4.
Yeah.
Right. Now you're probably a minute and a half in front of me.
So 2 broke on top, and the 4 broke a little bit slow. 4 broke last, but 3
Yeah,
is
boy.
3 is pressing on the 2 horse. Sandy's Satire, and the 3 is the favorite right now. 3 is really moving nicely, shoplifting, and the 4 seems to be getting into stride a little bit right now with a slow break though. Sandy Satire, the 2 horse, still seems to have horse. It does look like the 3 and the 4. 4 seems to be moving a little bit better.
They haven't hit the turn yet in my feed.
No, but the 4 is coming up. The 3 is being asked. 4 is being asked.
2-horse race, Linda Rice.
4 is moving better than the 3. Here comes the 1 horse. Came in 4-3.
4-3. Okay. 8 to
That's a
5.
good result.
Over. Mhm.
I
I'm
can
just
tell you-
watching the replay here. Well, actually, my feed to see how the 4 is turning its head, coming down the stretch too a bit.
Justin's got some good notes over at Fairgrounds, which is coming up here. No, hey, listen, thank you for that. I stuck with the 4 horse, David.
Yes.
I did a 4-3 cold.
Ice
Exacta.
cold?
Yeah,
Ice cold?
Ice cold exacta 4-3. I mean,
That's
$3 it paid, but I didn't box it. I went cold with it, and then I bet the 4 to win. So even in a small field right there, you can make some money.
right, but you have to get aggressive with your denomination, obviously.
Well, no, I mean it's all relative. It's not
Right,
that
exactly.
you can't box it if you. Yeah, I mean you have
You
to.
can't possibly
yeah,
box it because then
right.
you're killing yourself.
Right.
Right. You're cutting
But
into a small profit and smaller ROI, and you can't. It's too tough to do.
it is. Justin's been doing, as you know, we've been raving about it.
fantastic.
Justin's note's been phenomenal. The inside post should allow him to save ground and sit a good stalking spot or push for the lead. So he's talking about the 2 horse here, who's the top EquinEdge pick. If she can sit off the pace, she'll be dangerous. Definitely a player in this spot. That's the EquinEdge second pick, Aspen Link. 4 horse, no note. 5 horse with Mitchell Morel aboard, who connects 14% with Borges. This one should be well positioned to fire. It looks like a solid contender. So he likes the 5 horse as well. And it does if you're willing to throw out that last race against much tougher. And you should. Wow, he's got a lot of notes in this race. So he thinks the EquinEdge long shot is a late running threat. Like, I love late running threats. Not to win, David. I don't know about you, but horses to get in the money.
Yeah, pick up the pieces, get in the money,
Right.
hit the board, cash in your exactas, trifecta bets. Yeah, absolutely. We have one of those specials later on in our qualifier at the Big A, who I love hitting the board today.
So Brad is working on the EquinEdge picks right now when there's 6 horses or less. It's just putting them out of order. That's all.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
that's all it's
reversing.
doing.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, don't worry about it per se. Like, it's just putting them out of order. So that's how do you take this? So 8 horse, no, we'll get rid of this horse. Get rid of that horse. And then the 2 horse. It looks like the 2 horse can rate a little bit, saves ground from the inside. I could see that horse running really good. Actually, it's a horse to watch as well, David.
Okay, I'm trying to pull up Fairgrounds here. Hold on a second.
And 6 is just going to be full lion late, but it could be too late. I think he liked the 5 as well, too, right? Yeah, the 5. He gave the 5 a big look. It's tough. It's a tough betting race, though, because maybe you could do something like 2-3-5 with 2-3-5 with 6, something like that. That wouldn't be bad,
Right.
right?
And do we have Scotty, do we have a track condition
That's 5 with
at
6.
fairgrounds?
It says that the track is fast.
Track is fast. That's interesting. Had a lot of rain down there, evidently. So
Yeah, I know it looks
yeah,
fast.
yeah, 5,000 claimers. Yeah, I'm looking. I'll go with Justin's opinion. I don't really have an opinion in here.
All right,
So the 6 is a huge drop down.
I did a 2-3-5 with a 2-3-5 with a 6 trifecta, so I keyed the 6 horse in the third spot.
I mean, if you look just speed handicapping here, and if this was a race at the NHC and it was a mandatory, and I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't handicap it. I think just based on a drop down alone, I would probably, as a contest play, I would use the 6.
Yeah.
Right, just on a drop down, thinking this horse might wake up because third race off a layoff, broke its maiden for 20, and is a closer and should be flying late, but don't have a lot of confidence. But what are the current odds on that, on the 6 horse, 6-1?
On the 6 horse, currently 6-1. Yeah.
Yeah, that's if it was NHC mandatory, I would play the 6.
So 2 and 8 real good. 2 is on the lead. 3 is sitting in third. Seems to have plenty of horse. It's relaxed fine. 8's pressing on the outside, obviously, of the 2. 3's on the brakes right now, running nicely. 6 is in last. Not, we expected that. And the 5 seems to be struggling in second last right now, not really picking up his speed. I tell you what, 3, Aspen Link, is the jockey seems very confident. Wow, 2 just let it out too. So now it's just a matter of whether the 6 can close into the money. 6 is really not really closing very well.
Not yet, no.
No.
And based on those last 2 starts off the layoff, maybe this filly can't run anymore.
Yeah, 6 is not going to run.
Right. That's the risk you take with these drop downs who haven't shown any form.
2-3 though, easy money. Wow, they're 8 lengths, 9 lengths, 10 lengths in front. Wow, 2-3. And the 6 did not run, but
right.
the 2-3, wow, they're a cold 2-3.
2-3, the 2. Those are the 2 choices, right?
Yeah,
right.
They were the 2 choices, and Justin had his note on the 2 was is a contender with the inside draw, his ability to hit the board in 44 to 46 SOR races. I like that note actually, and shows he fits well in this group. The inside post should allow him to save ground and sit a stalking trip. He actually got the lead. And what's up, Willie? Yeah.
Hey, Willie. But Willie, I will caution you when you just play horses, speed handicapping just off a drop down alone. If those last 2 races weren't good, so I was just taking a chance that this horse dropping down to that level may wake up. It's all about risk reward. 6-1, and the horse can't run it. She can't run anymore.
No. Wow, we're handicapping fast. Aqueduct, I know. 6. We got Gulfstream Park race number 4. How about we get there?
Yeah.
And just and then handy because we can watch that race live. That's coming up.
Let me just see. I'm just pulling up the lead. Are you, Scotty, in the?
Yeah, I was in there, but yeah, I am. But you probably won't find me. I'm probably in the bottom half of the.
All right, because it's the top 30 something. Let me just see. So right now, top 30 entries win 75 entry. Right now, after 4 races, 2 remaining, got James Cosenza in the lead, $32. William Clark, 32. Lawrence Calden with 2. Brian Church. I am currently in 28th place in the top 30. Get in. I've already got 1 ticket I've paid for, and actually I didn't pay. Just so you know, people who are trying to get into the feeders, you can play earlier in the week for these Friday feeders too. So on Wednesday, I liked the card at Gulfstream, so I played the $18 feeder and finished in the top 10%. So I've got saved money there on the $75 entry. So I'm trying to do that again with this 18. So for $36, I could get an equivalent of $150 worth of entry.
Exactly.
So if you don't think that's a good deal, I don't, to me, the Friday thing is the way to go. I'm looking for tour points, and there's a ton of tour points available on Friday. So,
well, and look at Willie, what you want to do in the situation, like if we call out or even if you like a trifecta, you got to play the exacta too, right? So because the hitting the trifecta is a lot more difficult, just like hitting the superfecta. If
right.
I mean, it's there's a lot of different combinations the more you go. So exactas are going to be easier. Yes, they pay less, but you got to do an exacta. In fact, that exacta paid over $10. Nothing wrong with that.
Right. And your exacta success rate where your cash is going to be a lot greater than your try. So just, contests put aside for now, for regular wagering, the key to me is I'll key on a win and exacta bet. And the triple is something I will use as, okay, let's just throw in a couple of prices there for third. And so that's never my prime. So the denominations will come down more on win, about the same on exactas, less on tries, because the success rate for the tries is less. But if you can get a nice $10 or $20 straight try at times, it really adds to your ROI.
What's up, Mike?
Hey, Mike.
Right in the house.
I know, these day jobs getting in the way of our handicap. Isn't that inconvenient? It just gets annoying.
I know, right?
I hear you. I've been, for years I was running out. When I first started playing, I used to run out at lunch and play the double and put my picks in advance. And I'd listen to the call in my car on,
I remember those days.
10-10 wins or CBS AM radio, and Harvey
wouldn't
Pack
they
would come on.
Wouldn't they do a race call of the stretch?
Just the stretch.
Yeah.
And you say, okay, here's the call of the second race, and down the stretch. And if you don't hear your horse, I'm like, what the hell happened? He must have got eased in the first part or dumped a jock.
How did that call go again? How did that call go again?
And down the stretch they come.
You could actually do that. That wasn't bad.
Call me insane, but I think I could do the race. I think I could be a race caller. I really do. I think like a track like Finger Lakes. I will tell you, I applied for the job at Finger Lakes, but the Naira guy got it. But I did speak to them. They were actually willing to give me a possible, just, hey, we'll come in and see how you sound. But they're not giving it to a guy with no experience. But But I have to tell you, I don't think I could do. I tell you, one race track I couldn't call. That's Kentucky Downs.
Why?
You have 12 horse fields every race, and I would go insane.
Oh,
I can easily call these aqueduct races today. It's only 4 or 5 horse fields. How difficult could it be? Race calls, no video. Yeah, we used to, at OTB, we used to stare at a blue screen with the horses in post position order and they're off.
What do you think of this 4-horse first-time starter? Are there any indicators here? I know the horse is training good. Not great, but good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really see any indicators here of this horse, having a ton of talent. But then it is in for $35,000. I will say this: the horse it's been training against was a little bit better than this group. So I would imagine the 4 actually has a look, and it is the EquinEdge second pick. I got personally thrown off by it only because the race simulator had the horse so far back, and the race simulator, let's just say it's off by a couple of lengths, but is it really off 5 lengths? I don't know.
Right. And I mean, the 4-horse, win. I think it would be tough for this horse to win at 5, probably a little too short. Pretty Liza is taking all the money with Irad on, definitely over bet. Your 5's taking the money. That's the horse that's taking the most money.
I'm playing it. But it has to get the lead. It has to get the lead. So,
and my horse is dead on the board at 7-1. Kind of a reach, but
they need to send. Let's see.
The need for speed.
Yeah. So Johnny needs to send. It's got a positive workout. Looks sharp. Galloped out. Needs to send. I need to see this horse get the lead. And how should I play this, David? What do you think is a good way to play this Gonna bet a little win bet. Nothing too big.
So you're going to focus your win bet on the 5.
It's gonna be on the 5, of course. But what would be like it? Anything else you can see? Like I like the 3 a bit. Actually, Meet Me in the Air, Luis Saez. Maybe I'll do an exacta box there just to cover myself.
I would probably, if you told me I had to make a win wager on the 5 and back it up with exacts, I'd probably take the 5 over the 3-7. Try to beat the 1. I don't want any part of the 1.
Pretty Liza, yeah.
Never been on the Tapeta turf races, but drops down in the maiden special. Could be easy wire to wire, but without any Tapeta form or any dirt form, it's tough to take as a favorite. And that's a good Harvey Pack axiom. Never wager on a horse. Ask a horse to do something it's never done before, and as the favorite.
Yeah.
So horses are
it's fine if you're getting a price. That's why with me, with first time turfers, I'm never doing that as the favorite.
Especially like 2 things. Sometimes you'll see a horse going 2 turns on the turf for the first time, like both. Never been 2 turns before going on the turf.
Oh, exactly. All right.
That's like asking way too much. I'll be right back.
Sure. And there's always exceptions to that, right? I mean, when you get a horse like Flightline stretching out to 2 turns, it's like, okay, well, this is one of the best horses. When you have a horse who's just got a ton of ability, those axioms can go out the window.
The horses,
but there's certainly no flight lines in this race to me. Okay, so the 4 is going in the gate. That is our Wins Aren't Luck, the first timer out of Win.
119,000 climbing in the Rainbow
Mark
Six
Cassie had
as
trained that horse for
Revenge
Live Oak
goes
Plantations. Moochie's Revenge in. And my horse for Happy Altar, Game Changer Jolie going in.
Game Changer Jolie going up and in. All set.
Come on, Tyler. Good luck, everybody.
All right, 5.
Let's
Come on,
go, Tyler.
Let's go.
I'm on a 7. Let's go, Tyler.
Get him out of the gate. Let's go.
5-7 exacta. Box.
I'll take that.
Field is ready. And they're off. Good start from between for Meet Me in the Air, who heads off for the early lead. Musie's Revenge moving up to challenge. Down at the rail goes Pretty Liza into the top flight. Between horses, Our Wins Aren't Luck. And out in the middle, the trailer Game Changer Jolie. Half a mile away, Meet Me in the Air. And Luis Saez on top by a head. Up on the outside, Musie's Revenge is second, looking for room. Pretty Liza is now third, traveling sharp at this stage. Outside fourth is Game Changer Jolie. The one tailing off pretty badly is Our Wins Aren't Luck. They run to the top of the stretch through a drilled quarter of 21-1. Meet Me in the Air by a head. Outside, it's Musie's Revenge still second. Locked in, Pretty Liza.
Let's go, 5. Come on, one time.
Jolie is next, and they're on
5-3 or 5-7. Let's go.
Revenge on the outside for
yeah, 7's got nothing, and 1's got nothing.
On toward the inside, back to third, Pretty Liza. She did not kick in when
Stay up
called
3.
on, as Musie's Revenge is clear at a 3-2 price. Musie's Revenge.
Come on with that 3. Hold on for Scotty.
By 4 in the end.
That gave you the exacta, Scotty.
There we go.
If I was needing to bet the 5, good call.
Thank you very much.
I told you, throw the 1 out because the 1's no value and there's too many question marks with the 1. So you got a 6-1 second instead of the.
Boom.
And my 7 was dead on the board, and it probably was not in a good spot there.
Wow. That was a good hit, actually.
Very nice.
What did that exacta pay? Let's see. Okay, the exacta 5-3 paid $10.
$10.
Yeah.
That's for $1. So that's $20.
Yeah.
I always go by $2. So.
Yep, that's for $1. So nice.
All right. Nice. All right. There you go.
Did that horse really go off at 3-2? It sure did. The 5 got bet late.
Scotty, I don't know how much you put in on that win bet though, but
Well, I actually didn't bet that too big. Actually,
okay.
I was just happy that because I was going to go with the 3. I like the 3 a lot as well, as you know, and so but I picked right. I did do a box on the 3-5 just in case, just to be safe.
Right,
But,
back up, sure, which makes sense because the
you
3
know,
had the lead and it could have held on, and right, you don't want to get burnt by not reversing it.
and we talked about not loving the one horse,
Right.
especially you.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and from the rail, doing something for the first time. That's great information, by the way. Great job. What's up, Gary? Your mobile app is making you log in every time. I'll put that down. I'll have to ask. I'll have to ask Brad.
So what was the 5-1 off as the favorite is what you're saying?
Got bet late, yeah.
Yeah, and that's interesting because this horse had no synthetic form. Yeah, it really took off a 6-1 morning line. 3-2, second choice. The 1 was 6-5. Okay, good call, Scotty.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Well, maybe I got a shot. Where's that going to put me?
Well, I thought it was going to be 3-1, but at 3-2, you're not. Let's see where you are. Let me just.
Well, it's not.
That's going to drop
yet.
me down. Man, it's going to drop me down, and the 3 getting the place is going to change the board a little bit. At 6-1, you probably get at least over $5 place on that horse. All right, let me do a check on the leaderboard.
Yeah,
All right, let me pull you up here. I'm going to be probably out of the money here, but one more race to go. Scotty McKeever, you were in 103rd place with $7.60. That'll move you up. And then you will need the entry, and I will need the entry in the next race. But I'm not sure even with that is going to get us there because the entry is going to be
1 to 2
short price.
Yeah.
That entry is 1 to 2. Yeah, that's not going to do it.
Yeah.
All right, we had a shot.
So we're out pretty much. Let's see here.
Yeah, let's see. They haven't updated the leaderboard here, but so right now, hold on that's the weird. Oh, they haven't updated it yet. They still have me in 28. Hold on a second. Yeah, 44th. So I'm in 44th right now.
44th, and I'm in 82nd.
Right. So the top 30. So I'd have to get to $25.60, and I have $22.40.
Yeah. No way that's happening on this side.
Well, for me, I've got to get hold on a second. 25.60 as against 22. I need $3.20, but I'm not going to calculate who's in between or whatever. But
Aaron needs I can understand that too. I can understand Aaron going with the 6 horse back stretch row. I mean, on paper the horse looks best. It just does. And then Magic 8 Ball, you said that on December 27th there was a big speed bias, and you can kind of clearly see that. And I remember that actually.
Remember that day?
Yeah, I do. And Soundbite looks good, which is your top pick in the race. And Manny Franco jumps aboard for Michelle Nevin, who claimed this horse for $40,000 last time out and protects her here. So I think the Soundbite looks very, very tough. And Tony had mentioned that he liked this 5-horse Dazzy a little bit. Only 3 wins in 21 races. Needs to be forwardly placed for her best. And she might be. Early on, I kind of liked her a little bit. I mean, I think, though, the last couple of races, I don't like how she's just been stopping of late. So probably go against her there. I think Soundbite. I think this is a 1-6. David, I mean, I obviously I'm on the 1 right now, but I think this is a 1-6.
Yeah.
Eric needs to hold on. Eric, who do you have, Eric? Tony likes the 5. I know the more I'm looking at this 5, the less I like it, to be honest with you. I wish I could say I didn't, but for me, looking here, David, if you look at the last 3 races for the 5, 2.5, 2 3/4 lengths back, kind of maintained that, didn't really move up. Here lost ground, and here lost a lot of ground. I don't know. And now all of a sudden just stretches out. Like that's supposed to solve the problem. You know what I mean? Like it's not going into the race like, hey, we got the conditions that we wanted. It's more like, hey, hopefully the horse ran decent 3 back. Let's put the horse in there.
Right. And on December 8th, Dazzy did try the 1.125 miles, right? And it was just basically an even 4th. So it's not a terrible, terrible race. I don't know. I just, I don't think I'm interested in 1.125 miles, but you're getting 6-1. But I'll tell you something too. When you're at the NHC looking for optional races, no one's looking at this race for a long shot, right? And I'll give you an example. On Pegasus Day, the first race at Aqueduct, it was a hard-hitting 2-turn race, a high-level allowance, and you had a couple of chalks, and one didn't fire, who was law professor. Might have been eased at the end of the race. And out of that race, the pace was a little iffy and kind of a weird run race, but you got a $35 horse, Curbstone, Tom Morley's horse, out of a 5-horse field. And if you could bang that horse out in the NHC as an optional, and because not many players are playing a 17-1 shot in a 5-horse field when it looks like there's 3 good solid chalks and it's a 3-horse race, the pace kind of melted down and Curbstone came flying. So that may be a tip for you, and just because I've had a few of those myself. So you're looking for an angle that other horse players at the NHC are not looking for, a long shot and a smaller field. In an optional race.
1 and 6 are your favorites. The 2-horse, Eric has the 2-horse, David. I mean, I'm a class player, so I can't go with the 2 personally. The horse's form looks great on paper, but it's got new connections. It was claimed off of Linda Wright's by a 5% trainer who's not really known for this, and the horse is jumping up in class. It beat 4 other horses last time out. I mean, and now the thing is that it's an interesting spot. It really is because
speed.
Well, what I mean by that is the horse has been sprinting and crushing the last couple of races. You claim the horse, you protect it, so you put it way higher, and you also send it 9 furlongs, in which it's never done before. That's why I'm sorry to say it, but that's why you're 5%.
Right. And the horse, I mean, I like speed going 1.125 miles at Aqueduct, the 2 turns, like the inside post. The horse should have the lead, but it doesn't take a ton of pressure from the 1A Magic 8 Ball.
No,
it would be a tough spot. Yeah, I mean,
part of the pace. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. I quit horse racing if that 2 wins. But and Eric, believe me, I don't have any skin in this game. I really don't. It's not going to affect me. I'm rooting for you, my man. I'm just keeping it real. I don't see it.
And Eric, I don't see it either. You may get a thrill that this horse will have the lead until the far turn. That's all I'll say. But hey, stuff happens in horse races. That's all I'll say. We got a $35 horse in a 5-horse field on Saturday at Aqueduct. But that horse had a lot better form than this horse did, and had proven success going 2 turns.
All right, so the 6 looks fantastic, but the 6 is going to be dead last, and that's not a good position to be. But it took off, and the 2's on the lead.
We knew that.
We knew that. There goes the 1A.
They're still loading in the gate for me. Don't give it away.
The thing about it is like the 2 horse is going to hurt the 1A's chances for sure.
Yeah, but then you got the entry who was the closer.
But then you have the 1.
Closer, yeah. All right, they're off.
I wouldn't have a preconceived idea, Eric, of what you want to do in the last race. Honestly, I would play it as you see it, and especially in these kind of events here. You want to just pick. You want to find the winner.
Especially in the feeders.
Yeah.
If you want to have that strategy in the qualifiers, that may be more of an option I'd use for the qualifier rather than the feeder.
And like we talked about, David, good call, by the way, on the track, right? The 2's running huge, by the way. It's not going to win, I don't think, but it's running big, Eric. And here comes Gazzy. Gazzy's making a move.
Who's got the lead?
The 1's got the lead over the 6. I mean, it looks like it, but the 5's making a menacing move.
Yeah. I see that they're just turning for home. They're just around the far turn for me with the 1 on top. And the 6 is there. Okay. The 5's
The 1 right now, soundbite, 4 to 5, part of an entry, is on the lead, but I think the 5's going to catch him. Gazzy, go for one time for Tony. Come on. There you go. Nice job, Tony.
Got him?
5, yep. 5, 1, 6.
Good job, Tony.
Tony stuck with it. Tony liked that horse from the beginning. Tony's a good handicapper. Nice
Yeah,
job,
that's a
Tony.
good call. And in your defense, he did have that 2-turn race 3 starts ago. You got an opportunity or a chance to go and get accustomed to the 1.8 distance. And second time trying the distance is always a good, at that price, excellent. Excellent. Nice pick.
Yeah, nice.
Way to go, Tony.
Disappointing effort from the 6 because the 6 horse had no excuses.
Yeah, I didn't like the 6. Yeah.
5 to 1. 5 to 1, baby.
5 to 1, baby. There you go. Good call.
Yeah, good call. All right.
Okay.
So we've got all right, so let's watch the fairgrounds race and see what Justin did, and then we'll go to Aqueduct and finish off the final 3.
Okay, good. While you're looking at fairgrounds, Scotty, I'm going to take a couple-minute break. I will be right back.
Got it.
My friend.
Sounds
Thank
good. All right, let's see what Justin's notes are. He's got a note on the 3. Nope. The 6 horse. Okay. It's an interesting sneaky play here. Coming off a 9-month layoff, but Borges has been known to fire with these types, and the 12-point SOR drop suggests potential improvement. So what that means is the SOR drop is the SOR is our class number. So it's not telling you, the number's not telling you how a horse is done against that class. It's just telling you it's faced better. You would have to look at the past performance to see that. He moves from Fairgrounds, moves over to Fairgrounds from Gulfstream Park, and he could surprise at a nice price. It's the top pick, actually, and the horse is 10 to 1. The favorite right now, wow, that's interesting. The favorite is not even in the top 2 EquinEdge picks. Eesh. It's either good or bad, I don't know. But 64% and not in the top 2 EquinEdge picks. Okay. Oh, the 5 has been scratched and the system didn't update. Let me let Brad know. Okay. So this horse, let's make sure we don't miss the race. So we have about a minute or 2 before the race. Let's take a look at this. So this horse is cutting back in distance. The GSR goes up some. The new GSR number is saying that the 7 has the top GSR, and then the 2 and the 6 and 1 are close to even. So We're at the starting gate, 3 to 5 right now. I mean, this is such a hard read. Like, you know, in a race like this, I'd love to try to, you know, maybe you keep the 7 and the 2-horse. I think the 2-horse, I would like the 2-horse actually a little bit. And maybe you take a look at the 2. Maybe you do a 2-6-7 exacta box. And maybe get lucky. Or maybe you make your biggest exacta with a 7 over the 2-6, or maybe even a trifecta 7-2-6. The 7's just getting hit pretty hard, so I'm just going to do a trifecta myself, 7 with 2-6 with 2-6. Yeah, it's been happening lately. Brad told me we're having an issue with, and he's trying to figure that out. This 6 is running. Look at this. Wow, look at that. That's amazing. That 7, look at the 2 and the 6 neck and neck. That's pretty amazing. Look at that. Beating the big 3 to 5 favorite. Refresh to see if the so it actually so Brad did update the system, and it was 726. So all right, well, came in 267.
267 at Fairgrounds.
At Fairgrounds. All right, so we've got David. We've made a lot of progress very fast. We've got race number 6, which is event number 3. So let's go to Aqueduct, and we're counting on you here. And then maybe we need Tony's. Evidently, we need Tony's opinion as well.
Yeah. Hey, that was a good call, Tony.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, just bear with me 1 second because I am formulating a second entry. Let me just do that. And the 6th race at Aqueduct. Let me pull that up. Aqueduct 6th race. We've got a 7 furlong, 40,000 claimer, non-winners at 2 lifetime. And we do have a scratch here, I believe, correct? 3 and the 7. Beautiful bolts out. And
3 and
Dream.
7, and then I threw out the 1 horse just to see what the race would look like. The 1's not even in the top picks.
Okay, and that's interesting because that's who I'm landing on here, Scotty. And if you'd like to pull up my, you knew that was going to happen. And if you, then that's what I couldn't understand. Off the last race, I mean, so and dropping down, it was.
It needs the lead. So
right? Yeah, I do have a note. I do have a note there on stress reliever, I believe, today. Correct. So that's who I'm on.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me look at that. So May get a perfect trip. Do you think the horse can rate then? Do you think she can rate?
The 1?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
She's in for a tag for the first time. She's dropping in class. And she draws the rail. So they're giving up on her. And all right. Second time for Brad Cox.
No horses live.
Yeah.
Manny Franco stays. Solid connections. Michael Dubb.
Let's see here.
I'm wearing the special shirt for the Michael Dubb barn today. He's yellow and pink, but I don't have any pink on. So there you go. Stress reliever in front. I like the horse a lot. And that's what I couldn't figure was not even in the top 3.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised as well, but
And it's Brad Cox, right?
Yeah.
Look at his numbers second off the layoff.
Let's see here. The 2-horse Street View is a 3 back. Broke her maiden, excuse me, and then came back and had issues in the next race first time against winners, and then faced even tougher, was only 8% to win and was wide on a sloppy track. The EquinEdge long shot now is 26%, 29% to win, and 3-1 in the EE morning line. I mean, I would assume we're gonna see a much better race from this filly. The 5 got up last time over at Parks, then faced a little bit tougher last time out, didn't run. Seems to need to be near the lead for its best. So going to be part of the pace with the 6 horse and the 1 who doesn't look big on rating as well. So that one's going to be sent. Scarlet's Dream. I'm on the EquinEdge long shot, the 2 horse who's the EE long
Street
shot
View.
and actually top win percentage.
Street View?
Yep.
Yeah, that was my second pick. So no, I'm formulating a second entry. So it would be 1 on the 1 ticket and 2 on the other.
Okay.
I think.
All
I'm
right,
doing
race
that.
number 7.
Okay, race number 7 at Aqueduct, 6 furlong optional $50,000 claimer for 3-year-olds. Okay, so it looks like we can have, in my opinion, and I do have a note here on a pretty good price horse, Scotty. I'm looking at a scenario where the 1 and 2 could easily duel, especially with the 2 putting blinkers on.
Right.
And with that scenario, if you pull up the note on the 4 horse, Sobieski, if you go 2 back, horse broke its maiden at 7 furlongs, first time blinkers at almost 19-1, gets Lasix on today and had a bump break in last time out at 15-1, lost to Tappert's Temper by only 3 lengths, but with a better break today, may be able to reverse the tables on that one. And plus, if you get a speed duel, this horse probably will be stalking in 3rd, maybe the first one to take over.
Yeah.
Sort of had a chance that morning line. I don't think you won't get 12-1 with the scratch of the 7, but I think you'll get a solid 6 or 8-1 on that horse.
Yeah. 6-1 on the EE morning line. And all right, so you're on the 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Vamonos. Interesting. 2 back, broke from the 12 hole, barely lost that race, was wide,
Mm-hmm.
and then was claimed by Toscano, and then comes back and wins easily gate to wire. And certainly one to look at. Tappert's Temper. Was there something about this horse? I'm not really a big Wayne Potts fan as far as betting is concerned. I seem to, every time I play his horses, they lose. It's the EquinEdge top pick, though. What did you think of this horse?
It's definitely a contender, and I do like the workout on December 28th on the muddy track.
Yeah.
But Wayne, his barn has been rather cold, but in this spot, especially if you're envision a 1 and 2, the 2 rail horses dueling, this horse is a contender. I wouldn't talk you out of it. But again, Wayne Potts, I'm going to go to Potts or Linda Dixon. I mean, they're both somewhat low percentage trainers.
What about this Western Wolf? Do you know anything about this horse, David? I mean, this horse clearly needs the lead for its best, and it looks like it's going to get it. Can you
Right.
see this
And
horse going gate to wire?
yeah, but I think it's going to face pressure from the one horse. And the concern is the last race, right?
Yeah.
And anytime you have a horse that I'm looking at a trouble line here: shied, hit rail, equine ambulance. Anytime a horse is vanned off, I don't want the horse in the next race. So this is a horse I'd be off of. But I mean, and also it's best two races. The race that it won was on a sloppy track, has never won on a dry track, and on a good track had a first start, and it's probably its second best race. So maybe this horse moved up on a sloppy track. We'll have the lead. Maybe tough to catch, but I think it's going to face pressure from the one. But I just can't play when a horse is vanned off in the next start. You got to show me a race. And could have been obviously for precautionary reasons hitting the rail. Maybe everything was fine, but I just don't. That's not my type of play.
Yeah. It's a big step up in class for the one horse. Katie Davis was aboard for that win. I mean, it broke its maiden against 11 other horses. It does have some back class, but it didn't really run very good in those maiden special weight races. This is a very tough race. This is not an easy race.
It's definitely not an easy race, no doubt.
Just clarify, this horse broke its maiden last time out. I think I'm going to take a chance on the two horse going gate to wire.
Okay, Western Wolf. Wire to wire.
All right, race number 8 is the 9th event. Last one we have to cover. And the 3 horses scratched, and I've narrowed it down to 4 horses.
Okay, and I bet you. Okay, here's my long shot special here, Scotty.
Oh, of course it is.
Let's have the drum roll. I'm not going to give it out yet. Let's watch the race simulator. So we have the 3 is scratched.
3 is scratched.
Yeah, that hurts my play then. That hurts my play. In all honesty. So I do have notes in this race, Scotty. If you pull up the, we can go right to the notes because my analysis is right in there. I have a note on the 2.
Okay. Has an 0-for-6 record over the Big A Racing Strip. 0-for-4 at the distance. May improve versus this group, but don't really trust at a short price. And it is a drop, though. It is definitely a drop in class.
It's a drop. A drop. Now, originally, when I handicapped this race, and that's the problem sometimes when you have to wait for, that was a later scratch because at 11, around 10:30, 11 o'clock, I put my notes in for this race, and the 3 was still in. So that was a later scratch. I anticipated a lively pace here. And if you with the lively pace anticipation, if you pull up the notes for the 7, now there'll be less pace in here for this horse. But I mean, I'm going to have to use the speed now, Hey Toby, along with this horse. So Hey Toby may end up being my top pick, but Ice Time has fired before in the past. There was supposed to be rain today. I thought there might be a little moisture in the track, but Ice Time should be flying at the end. But based on, if you pull up the notes, you'll see the way I looked at this horse. But with the scratch of the other speed, it may be a little more difficult to come off the pace. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah. Okay.
But I will use it. I'm still using it on one ticket, and I'm gonna have to use this. The 6 becomes the lone speed now, in my opinion, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough to catch.
Let's see here. 2 wins in 26 races for that one. I don't think I could use that 2 horse. The top EquinEdge pick. No real advantage on the GSR anywhere. I mean, Horses like this win 39% of the time. Top pace, top win percentage, EE top pick, EE or EE second pick. There's a lot going for this 6 horse. And the EquinEdge long shot. This is 3-1 on the EE morning line, David. 17% in the wide open race. Didn't run good first time against winners, which a lot of horses don't. But it was a tougher group though. Let's see here. There's about 1 or 2 minutes before this race number 5 at Gulfstream Park. Okay, David. So you're gonna.
Yeah. So I'm still going to use the 7 on one ticket with blinkers on. The only reason now I anticipated a pace duel between a 3 and a 6. However, even with that being said, with the 7 putting blinkers on, I'm going to throw out that last race, a 1 1/8 for ice time. To me, this is not a 1 1/8 horse, more of like a 1-turn closer. And you'll see that with a lot of horses who have who are dead stone closers. They prefer that 1 turn, that 1 straightaway, a little bit of a speed duel, and they make that 1 run. This will also be making a run. I think it's more likely for a 2nd or 3rd place finish for the 7. So my point is, I think the 7 is live to hit the board here in your exotics. And so then the 6 is a must use with them. So I'm going to play some kind of combination with 6, 7, and probably 5 in this race.
Okay. And Wake Surf, what did you think of this? Only 2 wins. This one's a really tough one to get behind, isn't it?
You saw my notes. I don't trust this horse. You could win, but I don't trust this.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to go with Hey Toby as well. Okay, we're all in there. Actually, in race 8 at Gulfstream Park, the 5 horse was a late scratch.
Right. I don't think either of us were using that horse, correct?
No. All right.
All right, I got all my picks in. 1 first ticket, and primary and secondary. So we're good to go. And we have 1 more race, right?
We have the. Do we have 1 more?
We have the 9th, right, Aquino?
Let's see here.
Oh, no. I guess, no. So the last race of the 10 is the 9th at Gulfstream. Okay.
So the first race is the next race at Gulfstream Park, but they're going into the gate. They're at the starting gate in this race number 5.
There's 8th races at Aqueduct. My bad. All right. And, I think I like somebody in this race. Hold the phone here. Hold on a second. Turf. I think we got a first-time turfer that I was liking, but by the time I pull it up, it's going to be off.
I kind of like the 1 horse Cashier's Check, and I thought the 12. I mean, look at this race. I mean, it's a really tough race.
Being Claimer, yeah.
But the 1 horse might run okay.
Yeah. I didn't. I think the horse I liked in here was scratched. So. All right. Good luck, everybody. If you have action on this race.
And they're off. Good start in the middle for Battle of Dover, who heads off for the early advantage. Here's the gray. Tap it 3 times, charging to challenge. These 2 work 2 better than Cashier Check, who's now 3rd. Ever Dangerous is between horses, and Breakwater is 3 wide. Then at the rail goes the Mar racing.
They bet the 12. Yeah, they were betting the 12.
Back TB12 always.
You singled the 12, Chris. Wow, that was a bold single.
Dover, loose up top.
I thought it was one of the ones, but that's still a bold single.
Tap it 3 times is 2nd from Cashier Check.
Wow, it doesn't look like they're going that fast. Her course must be fast, David. Look, 22-2.
He's down at the inside. Racing from between horses is Ever Dangerous out.
I haven't had some rain since last week, and we didn't get a lot of rain last week.
Out the back is Clear Vision. Field separated by 6 lengths through a 22-2 opening quarter. Up front, long shot Battle of
They're
Dover
fine.
leads by a length and a half to a 46 4.5 mile. Tap it 3 times is
12
closer in
loaded
second.
on the
Breakwater
outside at
with a
9 to
3 wide
2.
trip
The
in
9
third.
horse in between
Cashier Check
horses
is
and
at the
about
rail.
5th.
Ever Dangerous is
One
covered
horse
up.
is being
On
asked
his
a little bit on the
outside goes
rail.
One Time Willie.
Cashier's
Moving
check
out
at
the
8
rail,
to
that's
1.
the Mar in front of Clear Vision, who's out of
12
last.
definitely
And
seems to
tailing
have a
off
lot of
is
horse. 2 is
TB12
on the
always.
outside of the 9
They
right
reach
now.
the top of
9
the stretch with Battle
might
of
get
Dover, a quarter of a mile
caught
from
with
home and still in front. Ever
a
Dangerous
poor
looks
trip. The 2
dangerous.
got first
Gaffleon trying
run.
to find a running lane. He angles
9
into the
gets
clear and
out.
he's
7's
charging to
still on the
challenge
lead,
now.
but going to
They're
get
an eighth of a
swallowed up,
mile
it
from
looks
home.
like.
Look at Gaffleon. He hasn't moved yet on Ever Dangerous. Now he shakes the reins and asks for a response, but getting the head start was Cashier Check. Cashier Check is in front. Ever Dangerous trying to get him on the money. Ever Dangerous and Cashier Check. Ever Dangerous.
Logical.
Ever Dangerous
I
with a
knew that
very
one was
good
going to
late
run.
kick. He outran Cashier Check. to
That
the
9
wire.
horse with those last 3 starts, I mean, last 3 races looks going to be right there as the favorite. Yeah, logical result.
I mean, it had 3 second-place finishes in a row.
Yeah, in good form, great workout, good workout. This, but again, only 3 for 26 with 6 seconds. So this horse was probably more likely to finish second, but just got up. You kind of figured you would just get up if you bet this horse, right?
Well, yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
Or yeah, exactly. Like, but it was the
loses
2
ground
horse.
late a lot too. Yeah, 3 finishes. Actually, 1, 2. It looked like it had seconditis. That was the problem.
Yeah.
3 in a row, second, and then you had a third. A 9th place finish off the layoff. You can throw that race off. Yeah, finally got the job done today.
Great effort by Reyes on Battle of Dover, the 7 horse. That horse actually really good.
And that, and again, with no rain predicted, they can go those fractions, and that horse held on. Got to watch the turf course for either later today or tomorrow stakes races, because speed could be very dangerous tomorrow.
8 didn't have a great trip, Patrick. Okay, David, let's do one more race. And this is the earliest we've wrapped up a show before.
Yeah, we were flying. That's what you get when you have a lot of scratches and you have 4 or 5 horse fields with horses we can't that you can't seem to beat, right?
We've seen this horse more vino before, and it's
yes.
It looks like it's drinking too much vino.
Yes, and the more that I watch more vino, I'm gonna have to start drinking more vino.
That's right. That's very
good.
Man,
wow. That horse is just that
Liberté de Bayou. Liberté de Bayou for Linda Rice. Is this a single?
I'm not sure, my friend. I'm not sure.
Maybe there's the system is using both the 4 and the 6. Did not use the 3.
And there's a scratch here, correct?
Yes.
Because I didn't put notes in this race. It wasn't. Who scratched? Is it the 5?
The 5 is scratched.
Right. Okay. Well, you got a Brad Cox, Castle Island, who comes off a 1 1/8 race, and watching that 1 1/8 race, this horse is more of a distance horse. They're cutting back to 6.5. Yeah, I can't see that could be a tough distance, 6.5 for him. The 3's live, 3rd race off a layoff. And what's the current odds on the 2 horse, Narciso Dalle?
That horse right now it looks like the speed of the race, and that horse is 5 to 1.
Right. This looks to me maybe like a prep race off the long layoff. But if you pull up, I don't have it in front of me. If I pulled it up this morning, if you can pull up Chris Englehart's on the 2 horse, his stats off a layoff.
Off a layoff, 18%. Very good.
Yeah, I'm going with Narciso Dalle. Englehart's, the first impression, without even looking at the stats, they can bring horses back off a layoff. They burnt me a couple of weeks ago on where I missed the pick 5 because I left an Englehart horse out off a layoff. I'm not doing that again. Narciso, I will play that horse.
All right, Aqueduct just took off, actually.
Oh, I was going to play that horse, but
so the 4 Castle Island's in the lead right now, but the 6 Liberté de Bayou is pressing on the outside, and the quarter mile is 22-3, and already the 2 is struggling, so you save some money. The 1 is struggling, and the 6 horse has got the measure of the 4. And 3 is closing with some
So
interest,
the
but
even money
probably not
shot's
enough.
gonna be looking good.
Yeah, looks like the 6
So the
horse
even
over
money shot.
Yeah, even
Got a
money.
lot of chalk today. Yep, not a chalk.
So 3 and 4 are dueling for second right now. 3 looks to have the measure, and he does. So 6 by about 5 or 6 in the end over the 6, 3, 4. All
3
right.
got 6 for 3. Yep. Okay, logical.
Yeah, big favorite one. The
Small
race simulator
fields
said the
again.
horse was going to win by 3.5 lengths, and he did.
And he did.
And he did by more even. So, all right, David, I got nothing else. We did.
Okay.
We went through
Nothing
this
else either.
fast.
Well, listen, if they're going to continue on Friday, carting a bunch of 4 and 5 horse fields with scratches, we can do 2 shows in
Yeah.
But yeah, very good. So thanks for everybody for tuning in. We get a little bit of an earlier break today, and they'll start doing my analysis of the Aqueduct races tomorrow and the big card at Gulfstream. And I will be at Holy Bull Day tomorrow. I'll be in the grandstand with
Good luck tomorrow.
grandstand seat. Yeah, I'm pumped up. I love the card tomorrow. I have some good ideas later. And my bet of the day tomorrow is Super Times. Mark Cassidy horse. Not this time. Turf first time out. Dirt tomorrow. And I've heard good things about this horse. So Super Times tomorrow.
Super Time. What race?
Yeah, I believe that's the. Hold on a second. If you wait 2 minutes, I can tell you exactly because I do have it. Super Times is in the 7th race, was an optional $75,000 claimer. Currently 9-2 morning line. It's a $370,000 purchase at the Fasig-Tipton sale in August of 23. First start was at a mile on the turf from an outside post, the 10 post, and got up with Dylan Davis to win by a half length, and the horse was off slow. If you notice, January 19th had a gigantic bullet workout, 5 furlongs, 58 and change in preparation for this. Switches to dirt, mile, probably be closer to the pace. This horse, I think, has ability. 3 Super Times.
Let's see here. Tomorrow, Coldstream Park.
Yes, I agree with you, Chris. That horse got off slow and just was like shot out of a cannon. It was rallying on the outside really well. And I think this horse, like I said, I think this is a future stakes horse.
All right. 3, David. Noted, my friend.
Okay.
As usual, that was fun. Any last words? Any parting words?
No, besides may the horse be with all you gentlemen this weekend. I'm going to enjoy since we're breaking early, I'm going to enjoy I don't want to make anybody in the Northeast jealous or in the northern climes, but I think I'll have a little time to hit the pool before my 5 o'clock appointment this evening. So thanks. So we did well. And it's like 80 degrees and sunny out there, right, Scotty?
It sure is gorgeous today. Good luck on your qualifier, and
yes,
I will talk to you a little bit later. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much.
Everybody.
Have a nice weekend.
Thank you. Okay, appreciate it, and have a good weekend. Bye.